Alright, hello everybody, it's me, Clock, and we're playing The Kid at the Back, Day 2, okay? If you don't remember Day 1, well, there was a bit of a hot dog jump scare. I'm gonna start a little bit before Day 2, just because I wanted to show you guys that they did update bits of Part 1 of Day 1, like the phone and the profile pictures. I just wanted to show it a little bit. This is when they invited us to the Halloween party, and we're gonna invite Sol. Yeah, we're going to the Halloween party. Hell yeah, we love Halloween. It's fucking spooky month. Halloween party hosted by the school. Yeah, I'm not quite into parties. Oh well, that's all right. Just asking, that's all. Sol's typing. No hot dog jump scare this time. The developers made it clear that they don't want people streaming or playing on YouTube the spicy scenes. That is a paid access only for players, not for viewers. So if you want to see any spicy scenes, go download the game in the link below in the description and pay for the, I think it's like $5 American to get the NSFW version, by the way. If you're coming, then I'm coming as well. Really? Really? Yeah, so no more Edgar Allan Poe profile picture, Sag. I like the new sprite art. It's really cute, but I kind of like that Edgar Allan Poe profile picture. I don't know, do you? I mean, it's a costume party. We're just going to skip ahead. That's all I really wanted to show. So we're just going to skip ahead. We get our food, we go to bed, and we stretch and yawn. You know, probably do the laundry tomorrow, take a nap, okay? This is where a certain scene would play out, you know, with a man lying down, sniffing our underwear, but, instead we get an Edgar Allan, I think Edgar Allan Poe quote. This maiden she lived with no other thought than to love and be loved by me. The one who loves. I was a child. She was a child. In this kingdom by the sea. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay. Day 2, the kingdom. So, yeah, this is Day 2. So let's start Day 2 right now. The sun setting by the horizon colors the grassy field into a deep golden orange as the wind made some strands of hair brush across your face. Your ever beloved home, the tall grass, the fresh air, the various farm animals that you and your family raised since you were but a mere child. Can't even imagine what was happening before you right now, as a group of people came while they talked with your father. Your only family member left. You see the distress in your father's eyes as he tries his best to negotiate with the people before him. The desperation in his voice, the sweat running down his neck as he moves around his hand, gesturing this and that. Please, just give me more time. I promise I can pay up. This is all we have left. I don't know where else to go if we lose this farmland. We've given you enough chances already, Mr. Works. Wait, oh yeah. If you don't pay up your debt, we will take your land. Oh. That's my dad, MrClockWorks. Just call me Clock. The loud ringing of the school bell rang across the hallway, making you jerk out of your thoughts. Students came out through their classroom doors. Feel someone shaking you awake. You sat up and met face to face with Crowe. Well, good morning, Sleeping Beauty. You let out a yawn. You rubbed your eyes as you looked around. Your fellow classmates are now gone from their seats as it is now lunchtime. What did I miss? Also, by the way, YouTube, I'm streaming this extra early today because I wanted to play it as soon as possible. What did I miss? Nothing important, though. If you're having doubts, I can lend you my notes afterwards. Thanks, Crowe. You're a lifesaver. Anything for you, Clock. You recall the little dream you had. Quickly shake it off as you let out a stretch, popping a few joints before you got up and went out of the classroom with Crowe in tow. You met up with your group of friends, seeing Daryl with Geo and Crowe waiting by the lockers, Britney coming along behind them, and Jess. You waved at them. Ah, the crew! It's the crew! They all look so good. What the hell? I'm over here like an idiot. I'm fashionably challenged. Good noon to you all. Regards, Daryl. How was class? Boring and boring. So glad to be out of there. One more useless miner and I'll be out of here. Gio just shrugged, a hand in his hoodie pocket while the other on his phone. Damn, that's me. We got to at least do something in our major today, though, which I'm glad about. More papers, but it was at least something. Enough about papers, so how about the Halloween party? Any ideas for a costume yet? I'm thinking a hot dog, and who wants to be the bun? As they talked with each other at the corner of your eye, you noticed a familiar figure. Hey, this is my bro. Hey, where's that underwear you borrowed, man? It was Sol. He came out of a classroom and another person came afterwards behind him, seemingly bored out of his mind. Okay, well, this is the first big decision, I guess. What do you guys want to do? Stay with the group? No, we gotta join Sol, right? We're joining Sol. We don't want to introduce... You don't introduce your love interest to your friends that soon, okay? You don't want to make them scared. Just ditch your friends for your love interest. That's the right call, always. Not toxic. Oh, Crowe, is it okay if I leave? I have somewhere to be at. Is that so? There was a slight disappointment in his voice, but he lets you continue on. Yeah, sorry I couldn't hang out. Nonsense. I'll see you after lunch instead then, Clock. If ever you're interested, of course. Of course. I'm trying to give him like a little bit of a more fancy voice. I don't know if that's working. It's not. You give Crowe one last smile before going over to where Sol is. You walk towards the two individuals. They seem to be in a deep conversation. However, Sol noticed your presence and stopped talking, his attention now on you. His companion noticed the change in Sol's demeanor and followed his gaze as it landed on you. The shorter male greeted you with a smile. Turned to Hugo beside him and greeted him as well. Gives you a grin. Hey there, thanks again for taking care of this guy. You forgot to tell me what Sol looks like. Oh, by the way, we are going off of the route where we went to the rooftop. I don't know if it matters, but that is the route we're taking, okay? You forgot to tell me what Sol looks like. Hugo just let out an awkward chuckle. He just winked at you. Oh, but you didn't miss this handsome face, didn't you? Hugo teased, grabbing Sol's jaw and showing it off, earning him an irritated groan from the tall individual's lips. Ugh. You are embarrassing. Sorry about him letting you take over his responsibility. Hugo pouted, letting go of Sol. You shook your head with a slight giggle. It's not a problem. I'm glad I got to meet you in the process. He's blushing. Hugo gave Sol a teasing nudge on his rib, causing him to bend a bit over before rubbing Hugo's head, taking advantage of his height compared to Hugo's. So anyway, what are you up to, Clock? Oh, I just saw you both and I wanted to greet you. More importantly, check for Sol's face. He seems to look better than yesterday. Are you alright now, Sol? Huh? Oh. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Thankfully, the bruise didn't last that long to leave a mark. What? Wait, what? What bruise? You got injured? Nothing for you to worry about. Hugo just gave him a worrisome look. Sol insisted that he shouldn't think about it, making his friend sigh and leave the topic. Anyway, we're planning to go to the rooftop today and eat lunch there. The weather's doing better unlike yesterday. You want to tag along with us, Clock? You guys aren't a fan of the cafeteria? Upon mentioning the cafeteria, Sol shivered as Hugo only gave a small chuckle. Sunny isn't a huge fan of that noise over there. Let's get going, shall we? Oh, is his nickname Sunny? His name is Sol. Sure. Well, I think it's longer than Sol. It's like Sol Tivano or something? I forget. My bad, chat. Sure love your rooftops. Why, yes I do. Said with a smile filled with pride on his face. Hugo walked to his usual spot and got himself seated on a bench that you somehow never saw before. Sol followed, a large wrapped box in his hands, and that caught your interest. Sit beside Sol, sit in between them, sit beside Hugo. Well, we're not sitting beside I mean, we gotta sit with Sol, right? Let's sit beside Sol, you know? I don't want to sit next to him and his homie. I don't want to sit in the middle. Okay. But, let's go with Let's sit beside Sol, okay? Also, I read your comment, bro. I hope you're feeling better. I hope the day is good for you, okay? I'm sorry to hear that, though. That's rough. That's all I can really say. Sol noticed you from the corner of his eye, the edges of his lips going upward. He pointed to the box nestled in Sol's hands. Is that your lunch, Sol? You can say that. As Sol unwrapped the cloth, it showed you 3 bento boxes. He takes out the first bento box on top before giving the other one to Hugo. Hugo happily accepted the box, uttering a small thank you to Sol before taking out his chopsticks. Wow, dude, he makes food for his bro. That's amazing. That's amazing. What a guy. Yo, I'm on my knees right now, bro. Hugo opened the container and let out an odd sound, his eyes sparkling. Drool slowly drips down at the corner of his lips. You actually listened, and did you cut these tiny sausages into octopuses? Keep your voice down. It's ringing in my ear. Wait, I need to take a picture of it. Hugo gently placed the bento on his lap before rummaging through his phone. He flipped it horizontally and opened his phone's camera. A small click of the camera's sound was heard before he placed it down. Hugo took the container back into his hands, but not before turning to you and showing you what he keeps gushing about. Oh my. Oh, that's so cute. He made that for his best friend, dude. Dude, he's like a schoolgirl, dude. That's so cute. What the hell? Isn't it adorable, Clock? That's pretty cute. Also, what? Even a college student, who has the time to wake up and cook this, man? That's amazing. Wow. All right, that's good time management. There, you see, are various ranges of food with rice shaped to match a moth, seaweed to design the face, along with using a cabbage leaf to form its wings. Yeah, I like it a lot. Right below the moth are mini sausages shaped like octopus. Wonderfully cut carrots were made to look like stars and squeezed beside stuffed shiitake mushrooms. Stuffed shiitake mushrooms? The egg roll sushi and broccoli with melted cheese as a dip look delicious. That sounds so good. What? Also, don't lie to me. These aren't sausages. Get the hell out of here. Those are fucking hot dogs, okay? Those are goddamn glizzies. This boy's feeding his boyfriend glizzies. I almost feel too bad to eat it. Yeah. Itidakimasu? I don't know what that... I'm assuming maybe itidakimasu. Without wasting another second, Hugo started digging in. I don't know if that's not what that is. Tell me in the comments, YouTube. Did you make this by yourself, Sol? You can say that. Sol answered, opening his own container. Within it was just a regular ham and cheese sandwich. Respectable. Classic. Took one piece, but before he could take a bite, he turned to you. Have you eaten, Clock? I'm gonna be honest. No, I have not eaten anything yet. I have water, so I'm good. I'm eating water for lunch. Sol's eyes went wide, and Hugo gave you a look. Before you knew it, Sol took out another box, the last bento box, before giving it to you. Oh, now I feel bad, dude. I kind of knew it was going to happen, but you can have this. It's an extra. Why do you have an extra? I didn't like how this looked, but I figured I can let Hugo finish it. It's a waste of ingredients. You don't have to, Sol, really. No, I insist. You know, I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to say this, man. The way to anyone's heart is to cook a meal. A good meal for them. And I'm a goddamn good cook, chat. Oh, for fuck's sake, just eat the same box. Yeah, feed me. Hugo clearly had enough of the back and forth banter suggested before continuing on his box. Sol hesitated at first. He eventually took out a spoon and fork and handed out one for you. Yo, Maple Croffle, what's up? Take a bite from the bento bite. Let's tease him! Wait, okay, save? But we're teasing him, bro. There's no way. There's no way we're not teasing him. Come on. Declined his offer of the utensils, making him raise a brow in confusion. Oh, we're gonna make him feed me! You don't want the spoon? Or do you prefer chopsticks? Nothing of the sort. Then what is it? I want you to feed me. That nearly took Sol out. Hugo gave you a side eye, a judgmental look on his face as he stopped eating. He's like, you're gonna do this? As I am eating my mini glizzies, bro? No. He scooted a bit away from the two of you before returning to his meal. Hugo's a real wingman. Thanks, Hugo. Thank you. The Riz is unreal right now. Sol, however, was nervous for a bit. His eyes still transfixed on yours. Still couldn't believe what he just heard. God, Hugo, you're a hero. You're a fucking hero. Are you just gonna keep staring at him or what? Shut up. Shut up. I'll feed him. Sol gripped the spoon on his hand, taking a few pieces from the bento box before turning to you. His eyes averted away from you, a wild blush on his face as he raised the spoon to your face. His hand was shaking a bit, seemingly nervous. He's smiling now. He's like, hee hee hee. Best wingman ever. Hugo's best bro. Took a bite and chewed. You felt the flavors mixing well. It was delicious and fresh. It's amazing. Sol, this is really good. Hugo nodded along with you. Food stuffed on one cheek like a hamster. I know, right? You'd honestly be surprised. Sol. Wait. Making lunch for Hugo? You'd make a great house husband. Sol? Yeah, you'd make a great house husband. You want to be mine? Sol's eyes widened at your declaration. You really think so? I really do think so. Do you want to get married? Sol is definitely house husband material, Clock. Alright, wingman. Wingman, take a step back. He could cook, he can clean, he could do anything. Was he about to ask me to marry him though? For real. For real, chat. Did I just miss my chance? I'd rather not be your own personal butler. That was a compliment. To banter, but you couldn't help looking at Sol. His eyes have a hint of sparkle in it. It seemed brighter. Hugo eventually finished his own box, tucking away the box and wrapping it back up. Hugo stood up from the bench, stretched his limbs, walked a few steps ahead, and looked back at the both of you. Is this what you guys do every day? He questioned, making Hugo turn to you. Or at least when you both get together. What do you mean? You mean Sol giving me lunch? He just keeps forgetting to bring his own. Hugo pouts. And you never finish yours, so I do the honor of ever finishing good food. Thank you very much. Those bento box art. What inspired them, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, you didn't know? Shut it, Go-Go. Go-Go? Oh, now we're using the nicknames now, Sonny. How sweet of you. You see here, Clock, my old pal here just makes food art like the typical artist that he is. But he never bothers to finish it, much less eat it. And he really loves cute things like... Hugo turned back to Sol. Sol just stared back at him, his arms crossed. What was the name of your plushed horse, Sonny? Like hell I'm answering that. Boo. He owns a plush horse? Sol owns plushies? You'd be surprised how many plushies of Pokemon I have, chat. Oh god. You'd be surprised how many emo boys out there definitely got plushies of Pokemon. At least. By now, Sol's face is beet red as he ties the bento boxes back up. He stood up from his seat before going over to where Hugo was. Are we having a debate about if a hot dog is a sandwich? Because it's not. It's not. He stood up as well and followed along the duo. That's so cute. You keep surprising me more and more, Sol. He said nothing as he fixed his choker, the red going up to his ears at your compliment. Looks can be deceiving. This begs you to wonder, why do people never bother to notice him? Why don't people want to get to know him? Maybe they just never gave him the chance because of how he looks, not to mention his intimidating height. But in the end, he's just a gentle giant. That's not true. People love tall people. It's just facts, man. Girls be like jumping on tall guys. By then, Hugo stopped talking, the wind picking up a bit as he went by the railings. He leaned in and placed his elbows on the cold iron surface as he looked down. Curious, he approached him and looked down to where his attention was. There you see a group of unfamiliar people. They look so fancy. They look rich. Dangerous. Wait, what? It doesn't help that the adult with them, you're guessing a teacher, has an eye patch on his right eye. Eye patch? What the hell am I at? Corsair school. There's a goddamn pirate down there. High-class mugs. Sol lets out a disgusted look at the group of well-dressed students. He didn't spare them a second glance and went back to the bench. Honestly, same, bro. High class? Ah, you don't know about the hierarchy clock? No, not that I'm aware of. It's the first time I've ever heard of it. How come I've never heard or seen one of them throughout my school years here? Hugo just made a low chuckle, his gaze still transfixed on the group below him. His eyes narrowed. Just like Sol, he clearly doesn't like them either. Fuck rich kids. I don't blame you. No one likes talking about them anyway. Oh, what the hell? Yo! Man, I wish Hugo was the second love interest. That would have made things really spicy. Oh, if you didn't know, there is a second love interest. I'll let you guys guess until you figure out who the second love interest is. I think it's pretty obvious, though. High class? He glares at the group below. It's not a spoiler. It's in the description. This school building isn't actually the real thing. Wait, what? But the school map clearly says what the address is. That's where they actually fool you. You might think you got it right, but we are sort of based on our background. What? The real school building? Way farther than where we are. And their campus is 10 times bigger and better. What? Excuse me? Why? They get proper classes, have better equipment. Everything is just better. I'm protesting! Here, we only get the short end of the stick. The afterthought, if you will. If I have to guess, the well-off are in the main building? That's right. Son of a duke. Daughter of a businessman. Heck, as long as you're rich, you're in. Your chances for having better education rest there. If you're part of the high school... If you are part of the high class, then you'll have a better chance of having a successful and stable life. But don't we have students here who are, like, super rich? You remember Jess being one. She's the daughter of a businessman, but how come she's not part of the higher class? There are some who ended up shifted down and moved to our building. Either they failed the class or got a violation. They didn't want that type of stain on their reputation, so they sent them here. Of course, some didn't appreciate that. They see us as someone lower than them. Hence, Hugo looks at Sol, the said man too busy sketching on a sketchpad to notice. Oh my god, so Sol's rich. So now he's a rich, dark, tall, brooding, artistic man at the back of the classroom. Alright, chill out. Oh, and he's got a big dick. Alright. Alright, okay. What are we gonna add next? Oh, and he's a good cook. Forgot about that one. Hugo looks at Sol, the said man too busy sketching on a sketchpad to notice. Oh. They have to fight the weak to feel something, huh? Oh, wait, the people who bullied him? Sound like nothing but bullies. How come someone didn't step up to complain? Hugo, however, just laughed at you as if you told him a very funny joke before shaking his head. If only it was that easy. His laugh eventually died down as he scratched his head. Actually, Clock, in this city, no one really gives a shit. That's every city. Money's the only thing revolving around this city. You got no cash, you're done for. Autistic? I think you mean acoustic. I said artistic. You motherfuckers! I said artistic. He might be autistic, though. He did steal our underwear and sniff them. He's quite literally hyper-focusing on us, but he might just be a little neurodivergent, okay? Which is why people like us. He looks at you. Are desperate to get into the higher class. Fuck that, I'm not. If you so dare complain... He paused, as if contemplating the words he's about to say. Oh, never mind. Judging from his entire demeanor, it's not good. Instead, he sent you a look. His once soft sky blue eyes are now sharp, like icicles piercing down on you. You're better off dead. Hugo glanced one time below. The group of high-class students are now gone before averting his gaze on somewhere else. He lets out a sigh. But that's the sad reality here. I mean, there's only 11 people here because it's bright and early in the morning, so... Last night we had 30 viewers, though. Pog! Nice! But that's the sad reality here. The attention is good. Great, even. Your chances to get a stable life and even have a knock to stardom is high once you're part of the high class, much less graduate there. Oh, I get to ask anyways? Well, I'll save anyways. Bet the hierarchy. How come I've never heard of the hierarchy before? It's like a hidden thing, but that's what we call it. This school? No. The entire city. It's like a fighting pit. What? Whoever is the most powerful has a better chance in living a good life here. People come to the school to gain a second chance in life. But to achieve that, you have to make yourself well known. Make them think you're worth their time. If not, you're on your own. Oh. Now I have nothing else to ask. Okay. Interesting. It's kind of weird, but okay. The city is corrupted, muttered under his breath. Which makes me question, Clock. How were you able to get in this city? No, the better question is, why did you enroll in this school, if you don't mind me asking, that is? You're clearly not from here. That he was right. I'm a Canadian citizen. Your eyes widened at the words that the well-dressed man said. No, I refuse. Clock, I thought I told you to stay out of this. You are not taking this farm. My home! Cut your father's words off, marching towards the tall man with loud and heavy footsteps. The tall man, however, raised a brow at you, raising his hand to halt his men. His deep magenta eyes then turned to look straight in your eyes. Sent a chill down your spine. Well then, little uwu owo, how about this? Did he just call me an owo? If you manage to pay off your debt for the next 5 years, I'll let you off the hook and let you keep your land. 5 years? You can handle that. What? Maybe working 3 jobs would do it for you. Dude, I can't even pay off my one debt. He touted, waving a finger in front of your face. He looks down at you, reminding you of your place. A mischievous smile appears on his handsome features. Why am I going like, man, this guy's hot as he's ripping into my family, dude. But I have some conditions you have to meet. You went silent. Your heart starts pounding in your chest as you kept eye contact with the sharp magenta orbs. I've never heard someone refer to eyes as orbs, but okay. I want you to stay in the city. The city? But we can't even afford to take him to college. What more the city? Your father interrupted. The man's eyes moved sideways to meet his figure still fixed on you. No need to worry. He'll be under my jurisdiction, of course. I'll provide for his education and a place to stay. What is my backstory? The tall man lets out a laugh, his head thrown a bit back as if he just heard a very funny joke. See, I'm not that cruel. His eyes return to you. What? However, in return, I want you to pay off your debt. I don't care what methods. A dark smile appeared on his face, sent a shiver down your spine. I see where this is going. Well, chat. 20 bucks is 20 bucks. Legal or illegal. As long as you reach the amount. If not, well, you can say goodbye to your little farmland. He says that, but there was a gleam in his eye that's telling you that that's not all. But he did not elaborate any further. You bit your lip, turned to look at your father, whose eyes were clearly telling you to decline. There's something about this man that screams dangerous. But you were too desperate to not lose your home, your only home. So, what do you say, Clock? Tall man's gaze still fixed on you, waiting for your answer. Do you accept? I guess I did. Call the aftermath of your dream this morning, a sour look on your face as you bit your lip. Hugo takes notice of this. Paused for a bit, trying to read your gloomy expression. Let me guess. It's something you can't avoid? I honestly don't know. My father never really disclosed as to why we were in debt. But I was so desperate to not lose my only home. Wait, did I explain what happened to him? Or am I just saying this out of nowhere? I need to make it up to the higher class no matter what. 3 jobs isn't cutting off the way I want it to be. I'm running out of time. This is my last year in this cursed university. I'm barely making any progress. Hugo's eyes are still on you. You realize you haven't answered his question yet. My family owns a business. Finally speak, making Hugo perk up his eyebrows in curiosity. What sort of business does your family have? Oh, well, we own a few farms. Sounds nice. I'd love to be out of the city once in a while. Gave him a small smile. Yeah, some might say it's boring, but it's not. You get to pet horses and cows. I literally, yeah, you do that all day, bro. Well, you should really invite Sol over then, if ever. That guy loves horses. And he's a horse guy? He's a horse girl. But that means you're a long way from home. Don't you miss it? Okay, I don't know if it matters, but a little bit. Yeah, I always miss home a little bit, you know? Just a little bit. That's alright. It's normal to feel a little homesick. Heard great things about this city, about this school. Hugo remained quiet, listening to you as you went on. If I can manage to come on top, maybe be a part of the higher class like you said, that can maybe save my family's farm. Hugo's arms are now crossed. He didn't say anything, he's looked at you. Lets out a chuckle. You remind me of him. Like him? Ah, I'm rambling. Don't mind me. Okay, I don't think Sol is rich, by the way. Having caught red-handed, he waved around his hands, his face now red as a cherry as it reached his ears. Just then, you felt a presence behind you. Turning around, you're met with Sol. His glare is stingy, directed at Hugo. The shorter male, however, didn't mind it, probably used to it. I was about to make that joke too, Kerm, but I was going to leave it out, because I was trying to be less spicy. It's almost time. We should head back. Alright, alright. With nothing else to do, the three of you left the rooftop. As you were walking down the stairs, however, you felt your foot slip off. You missed a step. Clock! Thankfully, Sol grabbed your waist before you could fall off the stairs as he steadied you. My waist? Whoa, you alright there, Clock? Yeah, thank you, Sol. Be careful next time. Sheesh, this school and its bad architecture. Also one of the few flaws here. The stairs are all wonky. It's also why it's forbidden to go up here. We're troublemakers, though. Nice. That's my crowd. Hugo chuckled as he went down the stairs, watching his step as he did so. Sol's arm is still secured around your waist. Wait, excuse me? Are you gonna carry me down the stairs, bro? It seems like he isn't letting go until you're all on stable ground. Hey, yo, dude. The sound of the bell ringing throughout the hallway echoes through, signaling the start of next classes for some. Hugo groans. I don't want to go to class. I hate my history teacher as much as my archery coach. You have archery here? Dude! Why don't you skip then? Hugo's eyes popped open, became bright like a light bulb, just popped out on top of his head. Sol knows exactly what that looks mean. I'm going to skip class! How about it? Fuck this school if they're going to treat us badly. Then let us be the bad guys. Hugo said with a mischievous look on his face. Sol just sighs, then turns to look at you, seemingly waiting for your response. Dude, you're such a sheep. Yo, I have a bow. It's sick. The thought of skipping is quite a gamble. Your next class is with Crowe in art history. But then again, your teacher will probably only do some boring-ass introduction. Missing one wouldn't hurt, would it? This is a good school, man. You got archery class and you want to skip archery, dude? I wish. I wish I could do archery. Nah, dude, that's sick. I can't afford. We're fucking skipping, bro. Fuck it, we skip. We ball. Hugo lets out a small cheer and gives you a thumbs up. Sol gives you a cheeky smile of his own. But how do we do that, though? Obviously, we can't go through the entrance since it is closed and guarded. I know a way. Without wasting any more time, Sol leads the way, going through the backside of the school near the gardens. Oh? How could I skip archery? Wait, he was skipping archery. I'm just skipping art. The edges, of course, were barricaded by a tall iron fence. Sol finds a bush and pushes it aside, revealing a gaping hole. Oh, a gaping hole. Did you have to describe that like that? Well, that's quite convenient. Did you make this hole, Sol? He did. He did. I did. Hugo went ahead first through the hole. Sol waits for you first before falling right after. The three of you went past a few bushes and shrubs, the leaves falling as you passed by them. The red and orange leaves scattered around and some making its way to your uniform before you all eventually made it out and met with pavements. Hey, no spoilers, but apparently there's some blood coming up, so just a little bit of a warning for y'all. So, where do we go? Hugo thought for a moment, looking around before pulling out his phone. Nah, you're good, man. Thanks for not spoiling. It's fine. Suddenly, he lets out a gasp. scrolling through his phone faster before gripping on Sol's shoulder, earning him a hiss from the taller male. Sherlock Holmes is out? My ears. Oh yeah, it's that detective movie I keep seeing on the television. Oh my god, the one with Robert Downey Jr.'s out? I heard that won't come out till next week. Did I set the date wrong? With that, Hugo started sprinting, leaving you and Sol behind. Wait, he's just running to go see a movie right now? No way. No, he's being a bro. He's being a wingman. He's being the best goddamn wingman. For the love of... Hey. With Riz. Hey. Sol placed his hands on his hips before walking to where Hugo ran off to as he followed. Bro's the best wingman ever. Oh no, never mind. We're gonna go to the movies. Okay, nice. Hugo kept tapping away on his phone and his shoulders went slump. Guess he did get the date wrong. Shoving his phone back in his pocket, he turned to you and Sol, clasped his hands together, and pulled the biggest puppy eyes you have ever seen. We've got to watch it! Can we, Clock? Can we, Sonny? Hugo begged. Okay, nice. Never mind. But he's still a wigman. You can go ahead and watch the movie. I'm gonna roam the arcade while you're at it. Oh, games! Hugo pounded. His eyes went half-lidded, and the sparkle in his eyes was gone. But it's more fun if you're around. I know you like those crime videos you watch from time to time, so please! Sol, however, based off of his expression, isn't in the mood. Hugo gives up and turns to you. Oh, I have to make the decision. How about you, Clock? Would you like to watch the movie with me? Ticket and food's on me, of course. Bro, I want to so bad, because it'll force Sol to do it, but I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice and say, nah, bro. Sorry, Hugo. I know you're the best wingman ever, Hugo, but we're gaming, okay? We're gaming. Hugo shrugs. Alright, go on your little impromptu date then. Besides, I don't want a third wheel either way. Date? You're the one who decided we should skip class and do whatever we want. Yeah, and I want to watch a movie. Well, don't let me stop you two. Hugo stuck his tongue out at Sol. The said male only rolled his eyes. Well, I'll be heading in now. I'll just give you guys a call on where to meet. Sure. Sure. You and Hugo parted ways. He gave you both a wave before heading in a different direction. Sol turns to you. Should we get going, Clock? Of course. Nice! Gamer time! The flashing neon lights of the arcade's exterior lights your way. The sound of each arcade machine reaching your ears. I've never been here before. Is this place new? Not really. It's just hidden within the city. I see. Do you get out a lot, Sol? You seem to know places. I know places because I got my ass dragged by Hugo. Is that so? You laughed. Sol just shrugged as he shook his head. Takes out a few coins from his pocket before handing it to you. They were tokens. He just keeps arcade tokens in his pocket. So, which one are you going for first? Wow, you came in prepared. As always. Come on. If I was a kid in the 90s, this would be me. I just have gamer tokens in my fucking pocket. Arcade tokens. He just carries them around. Sol holds his hand, and you accepted it. He held it tight with a light squeeze as you and him roam around the arcade. You and Sol went and played multiple arcade games. Some you win, and some he does. Dude, where's the Street Fighter? Dude, the Marvel vs. Capcom! That's what I used to play all the time with my friend. But you often get the feeling he lets you win for the sake of you winning. Come on, Sol. This is like the 5th time I won. Ain't no way you're this bad, bro. Maybe you're just that good, Clock. You flatter me. Just as when you're about to insert another coin, however, you realize you've ran out of tokens. Sol takes notice of this, of course, and gave out some of his to you. Look how he's like, no, this can't be done yet. I can't stop gaming with you. I'll go to the counter and grab a few more tokens. You don't mind staying here for a bit, right? Oh, how much should I pay you for the tokens? It's on me. Don't worry about it. Wait here. Wait here, my love. Giving you one last look, he hurriedly went to the counter. Looked around the area. The dinging sounds from various machines fill the arcade. From the corner of your eye, you spot a claw machine. Maybe playing a few games wouldn't hurt. Go into the claw machine, you check the contents inside. A cat plushie, a Shiba Inu plushie, and a horse plushie. Okay, well, I mean... Cat plushie, dude? Shiba Inu plushie? Those are so cute, dude. Either of those are amazing, but I already know which one I have to grab for him, man. I have to get the horse plushie. They all look so cute. Which one should I try to win? Let me think. I'm gonna save so that I can see what it looks like. We'll come back to this, but he already has a horse plush, though. That's the thing. But he loves horses, so I doubt he's... I bet he wants more than one anyways, so let's get for the horse plush. Remember how Sol likes horses? Maybe you can try to win one for him. These are his tokens, after all. Took out some of the tokens Sol gave to you and inserted one in the coin slot. Machine roars to life as you take the joystick on your left hand while hovering the red button on your right. You are focused, eyeing the claw in its position, trying to align it with the horse plush. Come on, scam machine. The claw takes hold of the plush. Your eyes widen as you cross your fingers, hoping it catches it. But you are interrupted with a sudden smack to your ass. What? You jerked and turned around. What the fuck? Well, 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 what do we have here? He turned around and met with a tall figure, a cocky smirk on his face. He looks well off, like those typical spoiled rich kids you see in movies. His hair a bit tousled with two men. Wait, what? His hair is tousled with two men? You assume are his bodyguards beside him. Yo, you need a little bit of a... I was reading that as there was two men in his hair, bro. He reeks of tobacco, making you gag. He said nothing, but tried to move away from his sight, but you're stopped by another tall figure. You're guessing he's with this asshole. Now where do you think you're going there, sweetheart? You alone? Yes, and I would pretty much prefer to be alone. The man, however, did not listen. Why don't you come with me and I'll show you how these games are played. He raised his hand to reach your shoulders. Before he could touch you, however, you kicked him in between his legs. Nice! Doubled over and clenched his lowered region, a groan escaping his lips. His goons were taken aback and rushed to help him. No, we're not. We're fighting back, baby. Now's my chance. Don't let him get away. Multiple heavy footsteps are coming after you as you ran. You turned every corner you can, trying to make them lose you. But 3 against 1 is not a good matchup. Anyone, please, someone help me! You pleaded, but the multiple sound effects and music from each machine within the arcade drowns your pleas. You cursed under your breath as you focused on running. All you can think about at the moment is to get out. You managed to get out of the arcade, but you can still clearly hear the man and his goons on your trail. Looked around and you found a few toilet stalls. You rushed toward— Not the toilets, dude! Why did I go for the toilets? That's a dead end! You rushed towards and got in a stall, hurriedly opening and locking it as soon as you got in. Oh my god, dude. The place stinks, but you didn't give it another thought as the beating of your heart rings through your ears. Tears filling up the corners of your eyes. You hear footsteps. Find him! The man's voice echoed. Try to think of something. You thought of calling Sol. Quickly took out your phone. No signal. Are you for real right now? Dude. You can hear how aggressive they tore open each stall. They creep closer and closer to where you are. Anyone, please! Oh, fuck the hierarchy. Okay. Here you are! No, please. You've been a very bad boy. But don't worry. You can make it up to me by doing me a favor. Fuck you and your favors. Tisk, I've been kind to you, but it seems you want to do it the hard way. Excuse me? You forcefully grabbed the edge of your uniform. Your eyes went wide as your fingers went cold. Quickly grab hold of his wrist as you try to push him away. He's too strong. Yo, just kick me in the nuts again. He forcefully lifts up your uniform, revealing your stomach to him. Ayo? You going to give me a good time, little oh-whoa? No, you can't put on a tough guy. You can't put on a tough guy voice and go like, oh, whoa. No. What the hell? Yo, I'm fighting for my life, bro. I'm sorry to say this, but I'm a boxer, and I will beat your ass, okay? Boys, hold him down. No, fuck off. Let me go. The tears that were hanging by finally fell down your cheeks as you tried to stop him from going any further. Please, please, no! The 2 large men with him held you down as you try and struggle, but to no avail. Your vision is slowly being blinded by the hot tears that were filling up. This is just awful. This is just terrible. It's no use. His grip is too strong. There's no one near to hear me. You closed your eyes shut. Please just end quickly. What? Hey! Judging from the impact, the man's body was jerked off of you as he was thrown to the side. Did you really have to use jerked off, bro? I was just about to be horrendously assaulted. Okay? That would have been fucking terrible. You hear flesh hitting flesh. And another one. Oh. Oh, Hugo's there too. That's enough, Sol. Not yet. I agree. That's enough. You broke his nose already. No. I agree. Sol! That's enough. Clock needs your help. The mention of your name, the familiar reddish-orange eyes went wide open before turning to you. Sol quickly went to your side, his eyes wide with shock before crouching down and giving you a hug, his shoulders shaking as he embraces you. He said nothing, however, too stunned to speak to what transpired before you. The man now lay still on the ground, a pool of blood seeping out of him. The rest of his goons passed out on a random corner. He looked up and met with an all too familiar eyes of Hugo, but they weren't the kind ones you usually see on his face. Hugo's eye twitched as he sighed, trying to hide his visible irritation but failing. He looks around at the mess Sol made before turning to check up on you. He said nothing, his hands in his pockets while he looks down at you in Sol's embrace. Oh. Maybe in the NSFW version, they might show a certain CG right there, by the way, but we didn't get that. It's getting quite late. We should head home. Hugo taps Sol's shoulder, making the tall male bury his face further in between your neck before eventually letting go. His eyes were bloodshot, his face red from either anger or worry. You aren't sure. But one thing's for sure, is that this man before you cried. He cried for you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have left you. Sol. Well, I'm gonna thank him for saving me, bro. What? Now I'm gonna get a hero complex. Thank you for saving me. Reach out to cup his cheek. He flinches at the touch. That's a good shot. Tears that he was trying to hold back is now flowing freely down his cheeks. He eventually relaxed as he closed his eyes and leaned onto your hand as he held it. That's also a good shot. I don't know what I'll do if... It's okay. It's okay. Here. Besides you, Hugo extended his hand for you to take. You notice on his other hand is the same horse plush you tried to win back in the crane game. Took Hugo's hand as he helped you get up. Sol stands as well, but backs away from you a few steps. We should head back home. It's quite late after all. Both you and Sol didn't say anything, but nod along. Hugo gives both of you a smile before walking away. Sol kept a firm hold of your hand, seemingly afraid to let you go. Hugo lets out a sigh. I guess we can't get in that arcade anymore. Those guys might come back to teach us a lesson. If they ever come back, I'll give them more than just a broken nose. Yeah, that's nothing, man. I would have done the same, bro. They deserve that much. You're pretty scary right now, Sol. Good. I'd like to keep it that way. Hugo shakes his head. He rummaged through his pockets before handing Sol something. He didn't quite see what it was, but judging on the scowl on Sol's face, he doesn't like it. I told you those don't work anymore. It's because you aren't taking it, you fool. Now take it tonight. Sol grumbled like a child who got scolded before taking whatever Hugo gave to him and tucked it in his pockets. What? Anyway, your place is just around this corner. You should head back as soon as possible. I'll be taking Clock home. Sol's eyes narrowed, from holding your hand to wrapping his arm around yours in a possessive hold as he leaned closer while still glaring at Hugo. Excuse me? Excuse me to the chat too? You want me to play the NSFW version in the Discord? What? Oh, no. Sorry. Sol doesn't know I can walk him home. Clearly, you're not in a good condition to fight again. I can fight again. There was something in Hugo's eyes that made your blood cold. The usual happy-go-lucky expression he had on his face was gone. Looking back at Sol, he seems unfazed at it, as if challenging him. I mean, he definitely could fight again. This guy, he's probably got the adrenaline pumping, and that's probably even more reason he shouldn't fight again. Hugo's right, Sol. You look beaten up. But Clock, at least he knows his limits. Sol says nothing but clenches his fist. You notice a few red marks on his knuckles. Your eyes furrowed. I'm fine, Clock. Sol tries to reassure you. Shook your head no. Well, for me, you aren't. You look up and gave him a reassuring smile. I'll be fine, Sol. Besides, I have Hugo to keep me safe.
Wow.
You go home first and get some rest. Alright. Oh, Sol, wait, before you go. He paused in his tracks. He raised his brows in curiosity. Good water. Holding the stuffed toy horse in your arms, you gently handed over to him, catching him by surprise. Sol, however, shook his head no and gave back the horse to you, his hands wrapped around your hands as you hold the toy horse. You won that. Plus, I don't deserve it. Not after that. But I won it for you. Consider this as your reward for saving me. Sol stares at you in disbelief, from your face to the stuffed horse in your hands. Yeah, personally I would have gotten the cat or the dog for me, but I love you, so here's a horse plushie. His hands were shaking as he takes the toy horse from your hands, brushing your fingers, making him shiver. I'll take care of it, Clock. I swear to you. He squeezed your hands, too hesitant to let you go, before his hold eventually slipped as he lets go. With that, Sol takes his leave. He walks backwards, his eyes still on you, making sure you're in his sight before properly walking front. Hugo sighs. You turn to face him. Well, ain't he a charmer? Is it working? You raised a brow at his question. Come on, you don't... Come on, me. Come on, you don't know that he don't know? Come on. Working what? Charming you, obviously. Don't worry. This is a secret between you and me. Winky. Winky face. Says with a finger on his lips and a wink. You blushed. He's nice. I owe him my life after that. And? You chuckled, thinking about the long-haired male. He is handsome, I'll admit that. What's with that smirk on your face? Oh, nothing. Before you could retaliate with a question, his gaze softened, taking you a bit aback as he looked down on the pavement below, kicking a pebble. Have you ever liked someone, Clock? What's with this sudden question? Just answer. Paused as you thought for a second, and the first person that appeared in your mind was... Well, it's not much of a spoiler now, chat. It's not much of a spoiler now. Okay? I hope you made your guesses, YouTube. Can I get a hydrate, YouTube? And Twitch? Ugh. What is it, like 10 hydrates? Why? Ugh. Drink up, chat. Fuck your hydrates, I'm done. It's gonna be Sol for this round. He thought of Sol. He protected you. I didn't hesitate, beat those guys down. The pure terror in his eyes, how worried he was. Couldn't get it out of your head. He's been an amazing friend, even if he did beat up those guys. Non-stop. Is it a red flag? Maybe. Do you care? Maybe not. Smile made its way to your face, and it was enough of a confirmation for Hugo. I mean, it seems like he's on medication for something, so a little concerning, but, I mean, Hugo's not the one with bruises. It's the bad guys, so I would like to say in this case, it's pretty clear-cut that that's a green flag, okay? Eventually, you arrived at the door of your apartment. You thanked Hugo for accompanying you. Gives you a smile, rubbing the back of his head. I'll see you tomorrow, Clock. Sorry the day didn't go well. It's okay, Hugo. But we're gonna have a proper plan next time. Of course. Yeah, for skipping. Hugo nodded. He turned his heel, his back facing you, ready to leave. But he remained still on his spot. Clock. Yeah? Be careful walking late at night, okay? He paused, turning your head slightly at him. There has been multiple cases of missing people lately. I suggest you go home with someone. Anyone. Just don't go alone, alright? I understand. Missing people. When did that happen? No, when did it start? Oh, and one last thing, Clock. He turned his head around as he looks at your confused face, his eyes soft, but the light against him seems like he's giving you a warning. Take care of Sol for me, okay? And with that, he left. He knows. He's a wingman, alright. Look, it's a clock reference! You entered your apartment. That's not even a real clock, I just painted that on the wall. You entered your apartment, the lights dim as you groaned, searching for the light switch. Much better. You nodded in approval before heading to your kitchen. I love the dual bookshelves, by the way. Amazing. You opened your fridge and started rummaging around for something to eat. You sigh as nothing good besides the leftovers from yesterday's dinner. You shrugged, deciding to heat this one up after you set your things down. You don't really feel like cooking or ordering either. You sighed as you closed the door to your fridge as you made your way to the room. Place your school bag near your desk as you take your seat, skimming through the notes you've taken for the day as you wrote down needed notes. Clicked your tongue as you tapped your blank notebook with the tip of your pen. Going on with your silent staring contest with the blank paper before you, you let out a groan. Deciding to do work later, you closed your notebook and stood up. You turned to the window, noticing it being slightly ajar. Concerning. That's weird. I thought I closed this. Went near it to close it shut, but it was met with now a broken lock. You cursed. Thought I already replaced this 2 days ago. Maybe I shouldn't buy my locks online. You let out a groan as you left it alone and went out of your room and into your living room. That's concerning, bro. Your TV blared. Now I know how he got my underwear, actually. Now I know how he has my underwear. Alright. Your TV blared as you munch on some leftovers you got from the fridge. A movie currently playing as you kept your eyes on the protagonist. If you recall correctly, it's one of those films Jess keeps talking about, starring her favorite lead actor. Kind of get what she was gushing about. The lead does look attractive. Blonde wavy hair with sharp eyes, with eyes as pink as fuchsia. You still can't remember the actor's name. Took out your phone as you start to search up the name of the actor when it suddenly changed, and instead of the blonde actor on the screen, a report comes instead with a banner below. Another missing person case. Is this what Hugo was talking about? Shiver went up your spine, remembering the broken lock of your window back in your bedroom. Nuh-uh. Not tonight, Clock. No scary thoughts for me. No, turning off the TV, you went to your kitchen to grab something to drink. That's a scary thought. You should hydrate. YouTube, we'll be right back. Be right back, YouTube. Why did we do this? Excuse me? Why? I wasn't looking at chat for like 2 seconds. I decided to go all out. Oh. I really gotta stop putting my water bottle completely upside down. I just make a fucking mess every time. Dude! No! I hope you guys hydrated as much as I did. I want to see liters. I want to see some gallon guzzlers, okay? Oh, God. When you hear that, do the hydrate, it means drown yourself. Okay. Oh, man, I just had water for dinner. You open your fridge, feeling the cold air hitting your face as you rummage through. Taking out a pitcher of orange juice. Take a glass from your cupboards as you pour the juice to the last drop, taking a sip from it. Check the clock on the wall. Clock reference. 9:30 p.m. That's not even that late. That late already, huh? Oh, never mind. Apparently it is. You checked your front door and windows, seeing everything locked before grabbing your glass and finishing the last drops of the orange juice before heading back to your bedroom. Now we're locked in with someone. Now dressed in your nightwear, you let out one last stretch, a yawn escaping from your mouth. You mean like boxers, right? Getting in your bed sheets, you laid in comfort. Today was a lot, you thought. Another yawn escaped your lips. It's either just boxers, chat. It's either boxers and a t-shirt or like hoodie and sweatpants and socks, man. It's one of the two. You must be really tired, you thought, your eyes going half-lidded. And eventually, sleep took over. The moon was high up in the sky. The night is quiet, save for a few late-night cars. I'm gonna just save right here. We'll do that at like 9, I think. Yeah. Save for a few late-night cars, but that's not enough to wake the sleeping residents. Excuse me? Still broken, huh? Excuse me! This is Sol! That's not me! Oh, no! You should be careful, Pumpkin. Clad in all black, with a mask of the same color adorning his face, he slowly makes his way to the sleeping figure. His reddish eyes bright, filled with adoring love. He reached out and stroked a finger against his beloved's cheek. Look at my sleepy sweetheart. Makes me wonder who supplies Hugo those sleeping pills. That's why Hugo was telling him to take a sleeping pill? Because Hugo knew that he would break into my house otherwise? Excuse me? He lets out a low chuckle as he leaned closer to Clock. Pulling down his mask, he leans forward, checking his face before continuing. Buries his face at the dip of his shoulders as he leaves a peck. Takes a deep inhale. Shakes as if he took a whiff of a dangerous and addictive drug. His eyes have hearts. That's a little cute, I guess, but very concerning. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That's he just sniffed me. Green flag. His eyes bright as he examines every feature of his soulmate's face as he gives Clock's cheek a kiss. Fuck. You smell so good. Pardon me. He lifted his arm up and watched as it flops down on. Deep in sleep, like Sleeping Beauty. Can we get some sniffers in chat? He nibbles his neck, earning him a soft whimper from the sleeping individual. He just chuckled. Quite ticklish, aren't you? He kept going. He kissed and lapped on the same spot to the point a mark started to form. Did he drug me? He drugged my orange juice? Those filthy scums think they could touch you. His eyes slanted in anger. His grip on the edge of the bed tightens as he wrinkles the sheets. His breathing heavy. You're mine. No one else's. You belong to me. If I ever see those bastards again, I'll kill them. Tucking a loose strand away from Clock's face, he gives him a kiss on the forehead before landing another one on the corner of Clock's lips. Shiver ran down his spine at the contact. And as much as he would like to stay a bit longer, his time is due. He backs away as he covered his face once again with his face mask. He walked towards the jar window, turning back one last time. Sorry about your window, Pumpkin. I'll make it up to you someday. Carefully opens the window again, and with that, he's gone. Thank you for playing day 2! I guess we'll save on there, I guess. Wow. Thank you so much for playing The Kid at the Back day 2. As of March 11th, 2024, Fantasia, the author, Dev, will be taking a break from developing in hopes of finishing my current internship. Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, I was reading that. It's going to be a while before we get to the next update. But rest assured, I'll be back to work once I'm free, and I'll be in my Twitter account for the time being. Thank you once again, and I hope you enjoyed this update. Hope to see you soon. Yeah, it was great. I liked it a lot. Make it up to me. Just pay for the window. True. Okay, we're going to test out some other options here. And then we're going to... Because I'm pretty sure you can do this route, like, very different. So, we're going to test out some of the other options, okay? There was no blood, so I assume the blood that was being referred to is just for the NSFW version, and, if you didn't know, the NSFW version, that's paid for, and the author, the dev that we just read a message from, has made it clear that they don't want the NSFW streamed on YouTube or anything. If you do see someone who's streaming it, maybe just let them know, because they might not have noticed the message, you know. Just let them know that the developer doesn't want that. And I kind of completely understand, right? It is their livelihood, so maybe, you know, maybe respect that. But anyways, yeah, and if you guys want to see it, go pay for it. Anyways, with that, let's check out some loads. Let's go back to, yeah, okay, I want to go back to this. Well, let's just go back to, yeah, let's go back to this one. I just want to see what going to the movie theaters is like. That's probably a pretty big difference. So let's watch the movie. Hugo gives you a bright smile. Heck yeah, I knew you were a trooper, Clock. Come, let's go grab some tickets and snacks. Do you want popcorn or something else? We want popcorn. We want the Dune 2 bucket, okay? With extra butter, no popcorn, if you know what I mean. The shorter male went along ahead towards the movie theater with you coming along, following up behind him. Sol clicked his tongue, he shoved his hands in his pants pockets as he followed along behind you. Nice. Hugo took notice of this and raised a brow. Oh? I thought you weren't interested in the movie, sonny boy. Maybe you're right. It does look interesting. Stop making excuses. Let's go. That was really good. Sol takes a hold of your wrist and drags you away from Hugo into the movie theater. What? Hey! Come back here. I'm talking to you. Do you want extra butter or not in your Dune popcorn bucket? Sol went ahead to the counter and bought tickets for the three of you. Sol turned around and gave one ticket to you. Hey, Vin. Your fingers brushed with his, causing him to blush. Finally caught up to you two. Hugo pouted as he crossed his arms looking at Sol. I thought the tickets were on you, Hugo. It is, but guess it's on Sol now. Not that I'm complaining or anything, but this is supposed to be my treat. Oh well, the food is still on me. Wait right here. Hugo scurried off to the food booth, leaving you and Sol one last time. The food's where you're gonna get fucked, so it's fine. You walk towards the now showing pictures, examining the poster. Sherlock Holmes, huh? Hugo's into detective movies. Turn to ask Sol. He placed a hand on his hip as he checked the poster next to you. You can say that. He aspires to be one. It's quite charming of him. And Sherlock Holmes is his inspiration? It's just one of them. I see. How about you, Sol? What's your favorite genre? Sol raised his eyebrows at you, placed a finger on his chin as he looked up, staring at the ceiling. Nice. I like supernatural horror and thriller. Along with the tales of the Headless Horseman, or those original fairy tales by the Grimm brothers. Ah, those all sound gruesome. I bet you feel weirded out by it. Not at all. I'm gonna hit you with the same. Yeah. Okay, we'll come back to this, but, nah, I love those too. Really now. Of course I do. I think they're very interesting, and I love the thrill they give. Sol stares at you in awe before a smile breaks out on his face. Maybe we could watch one together. I'm back. Hugo's familiar voice was heard. He turned around and saw him walking towards both of you. 2 large bags filled with popcorn on each arm and a large cup being held. Oh, let me. You said, taking one bag from Hugo's arm. Thanks you for the help. I've got the snacks. Hope you like popcorn, Clock. Then turns to Sol. Come on, let's get in before the movie starts. Sol nods as you and Hugo follow him towards the entrance to the movie theater. He hands out the 3 tickets, then the 3 of you enter. This isn't it. This piece wants you to believe it's the ultimate evidence for this case, when in fact... You're halfway through the movie, the bag of popcorn halfway finished. You looked at the blue-haired male on your left as his gaze transfixed on the large screen before you. Hugo, during the beginning of the film, was really giddy, but now he was silent, seemingly engrossed with the scene happening in the movie. His hand goes on autopilot as he munches on each bite of popcorn. No, he's not. He is not ripping a hole in the popcorn bag. He is not doing that. No, he is. No. We bought Dune popcorn buckets. He doesn't need to rip a hole in it, okay? To your right, Sol, surprisingly, was also too engrossed with the movie before him. You need to piss. Hold it in, idiot. You've been holding it for a while since you don't want to miss out the important scenes, but Mother Nature's knocking so hard on your door. Tap Sol's shoulder, turns his attention to you. You need something? I need to go to the comfort room. Comfort. Would you like me to accompany you? Yes. No, it's fine. Just enjoy the movie. Sol gave you a nod, and you took it as a signal to stand up from your seat, ducking down, making sure not to block the screen for the viewers at the back as you sped walk towards the movie theater's comfort room. I see. Something bad is going to happen in here. Oh god. All the homies in the back cut a hole. You're... Jeez. And it was already getting interesting, too. Probably just ask Hugo what happened when I was gone. Well, time to head back. Please, no. The forceful opening of the door startled you. A few grunts were heard, and the shuffling of feet as if they were in a struggle. You went quiet. You better speak the fuck up or else. I don't know what you're talking about. How many times do I have to tell you? Bullshit. Your eyes widened as your breathing stopped. What the hell am I hearing? You quietly but quickly went to the nearest toilet stall. What is going on? A fight? In the cinema, out of all places. Whatever is going by the door is clearly something you don't want to get involved with. Just tell us who the traitor that you're in cahoots with, and I'll let you on. Again! I have no idea what you're talking about. Tisk. Guess I have no choice. What? What? This is very different from the other fight scene. You hear the sound of the light bulb being popped along with a portion of the comfort room's light going dim. Only half of the room is now lit up. Please! I don't know, I swear! I'm giving you one last chance, buddy. A little shuffling was heard. The rough voice seems to whisper something that you cannot hear. Then you hear breathing as it gets shorter and heavier. He's here! I swear, just look around. You're bound to find him here. Please don't kill me. Maybe the gun's too merciful. No! This is very different. Your nose caught something. It stings as it fills the air, the edges of your eyes watering. Oh! You then felt something wet hitting the tip of your shoes. You looked down, and your eyes widened. Blood! Oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck! Someone just got killed! And the body is right in front of your stall! What? Is someone else here? Shit, did he hear me? Well, well, well. Seems like we have a little lost lamb on our shoulders. Then you hear the stall one block away from you was roughly opened. I mean, if we die, I don't know if it's better. I think they're pretty much the same in terms of horribleness. Not here, huh? Come on, little lamb. Don't try to hide. Shit, I needed to do something. Quickly looked around, trying for a way to escape, but there is nothing but a small rectangular window just above the toilet. You try to pry it open and call for help. I feel like getting closer to you. He's about to open my stall. What should I do? All you can do is stay quiet and hold your breath as you close your eyes. Oh no! Please, please, please. The door to your stall slowly opened. You feel the intimidating presence of the man. I don't want to die. There you are. I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Then you felt a hand coming to touch your hair. You flinched. You slowly backed away, your legs shaking as you still refused to open your eyes, your arms wrapped around you. Clock, it's okay. And you hear that all too familiar voice. I'm here, Clock. It's all right. Before you was Sol. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Right behind him was Hugo. Both of their expressions are filled with worry. Okay, we were not naked. The guy literally just pulled our shirt up a little bit. Chill. Chill. But we were about to get in the last scene. In the other version, we were about to get diddled, and that was going to be pretty fucking bad. But your focus was on the splattered blood across the walls. Hugo notices this and tries his best in blocking the view. I don't know, man. That's a lot of blood. Sol's hand then went up to reach out to you, but he stopped midway, afraid as if he'll burn you. Without even thinking, you quickly wrapped your arms around Sol, your shoulders shaking as you buried your face on his chest. Sol took this as a sign and gently wrapped his big arms around you, a hand coming to caress your hair, trying to comfort you as you shook in his hold. Can we go out, please? Okay, Sol was probably a little into it, considering he hopped inside my house and pet me at, like, look, I'm not commentating on this. Can we go out, please? Jesus Christ. Where's the bodies? Let the bodies hit the floor, dude. Not much of a word, Sol escorted you out from the scene before you, his hold tight and secured around your shoulders. Sol gives Hugo a look, and the shorter male just sighed, waving his friend away with a fanning motion. What the hell? Oh, you mean Daniel? Yeah, I think Daniel was definitely into it. I'll take care of it. You and Sol left. Hugo lets out an irritated tisk as he looks down at two bodies on the ground. How do you take care of this? There's two dead guys on the floor. God, what a pain in the ass. The sky is now dark, indicating it's near night. You finally got out of the movie. You looked down and stared at your shoes, noticing a few splatters of blood. Okay, the only thing I got really into, Vin, was when we went on an arcade date with him, okay? And we walked into the arcade, and without even paying for the tokens, he pulled tokens out of his pocket, Vin. Then I was rizzed, okay? That's what I liked. The man came prepared to an arcade. That was the best moment of this game. He's my soulmate. He gripped Sol's arm. He took notice and looked at your shoes. Seeing the blood, he kneeled down on one knee and took out his handkerchief. No, it's all right. Doubt it. Wiped the blood off your shoes before folding his handkerchief and shoving it deep in his pockets. He looked at your disheveled look. Let me ask you again. Oh, fuck. What did he say? Are you alright, Clock? I mean, considering I just saw a man get murdered, I'm not fine. I need you to hold me. How? And why? You ask no one. The terrifying experience kept repeating in your mind. Sol broke your trail of thought by placing his large hand on top of your head. He looked up at him and gave you a soft, reassuring smile. His hand now off your head. Don't think about it anymore. What matters is that you're here with me. You looked around you and noticed that Hugo wasn't around. But where's Hugo? He's got it covered. You don't need to worry about him. How about I walk you home? Huh? You know, to keep you safe. I'll keep you company. I'll keep you safe. Do you trust me? I trust you. Then let me take care of you. Sol gently takes hold of your hand and wraps it around his larger one, his gaze never leaving yours, a bright smile on his face. I'm not gonna lie. What kind of crowd am I falling into right now that Hugo just knows how to hide bodies? Lead the way then. You don't need me to lead the way. You know the way to my house, you motherfucker. You felt safe. Safe with someone. Safe with Sol. The walk back to your apartment was quiet, save for a few nightly bugs making a few hums then and there. Sol's hand is still wrapped around yours. He's warm. You couldn't help but steal a few glances at Sol. He looks back at you. He said nothing, but the more he stared at you, the more longing his eyes were giving. Yeah, I gotta get this dog on a leash. Gives you another one of his bright smiles. Squeezes your hand. You squeeze back, making him chuckle. You're telling me this guy isn't into doggy play? Dude, this guy is 100%. 100%. Squeezes your hand. You squeeze back, making him chuckle. What is it? Nothing. Your hand feels cold. Let me fix that. He hummed as he raised the hand that he's holding. Definitely a dog. What? There. Now it feels warmer. teased, a blush of his own appearing on his face. What? That's not how you warm hands up. Yeah, hold my hands. Is that so? I'd love to see how you would do it. Sol! He just laughed at you, his face still red as you playfully hit his side. Eventually, your walk came to an end, and you're met with the front door of your apartment. You let go of the hand Sol was holding. He nearly reached out to keep his hold, but stopped himself. He turned to face him. Well, this is my place. Oh. I'll see you tomorrow then? Of course. But we don't have classes together tomorrow, though. That's alright. Maybe we can hang out after classes to continue on with the project. I'll keep your word for it then. Turn to face your apartment's front door, taking out your keys and finding the one you need. But before you inserted the key to your apartment, you turned your head to look at Sol's tall figure still unmoving from his position. Thank you for today. I really owe you one. He paused, then his shoulders relaxed. Don't worry about it. Just know that you can count on me. Unlocking your front door, you fully turned around to give Sol one last wave with a smile on your face. He returned with his own smile before walking off towards the exit. You entered your apartment, the lights dim as you groaned, searching for the light switch. Clock reference. Much better. You nod in approval before heading to your kitchen. You open your fridge and start rummaging around for something to eat. Okay, this is the same. Wait. You shrugged, deciding to heat this one up after you set your things down. Don't feel like cooking or ordering either. Okay, this is the same. The broken window that he broke. Clicked your tongue as you tapped your blank notebook. Okay, you let out a groan. Deciding to do work later, you closed your notebook and stood up. The window slightly jarred. That's weird. I thought I closed this. I just want to see if anything at the very end is any different right now. Yeah, he broke my Windows lock. Stole my underwear, bro. That's nasty. Could have just asked for a clean pair. Thought I already replaced this 2 days ago. Maybe I shouldn't buy my locks online. He sniffed. Can I get some sniffers in chat? Again. Okay. This is the same. This is the same. Incident back in the cinema replaying in your mind. Okay, turn off the TV. You open your fridge, feeling the cold hair hitting your face as you rummage through. Okay, the orange juice. Check the clock on the wall. 9:30 p.m. That late already, huh? He says that late, and I'm just like, I went to sleep at like 1 a.m. last night. Bruh. I mean, I guess we wouldn't leave the house at 9:30. Dressed in my nightwear, hop in the bed sheets, in comfort. Today was a lot, you thought. You must be really tired, you thought, your eyes going half-lidded. Man, that guy really drugged me. And eventually, sleep took over. He really broke into my house, stole my underwear, and laced my OJ. He laced my OJ with goddamn sleeping pills. Not enough to wake the sleeping residents. Hey. Still broken, huh? Should be careful, pumpkin. Clad in all black with a black mask to match. His reddish eyes bright, filled with adoring love. Reached down and stroked a finger against his beloved's cheek. Look at my sleepy sweetheart. Makes me wonder who supplies Hugo those sleeping pills. It's so fucked up. That's so... No, dude. Lets out a low chuckle as he leaned closer to the clock. Pulling down his mask, he leans forward, checking his face before continuing. He buries his face at the dip of his shoulders as he leaves a pack. He takes a deep inhale. Oh no, sorry, that was a sniff. Oh, shakes as if he took a whiff of a dangerous and addictive drug. Vin says, like, never mind, that's a bit too emo. And then she's gonna see this picture and she's gonna be like, ah! His eyes bright as he examines every feature of his soulmate's face as he gives Clock's cheek a kiss. Fuck. You smell so good. Pardon me. He lifted his arm and watched as it flops down on. Deep in sleep, like Sleeping Beauty. He nibbles his neck. Nibbling my neck, man. You're gonna give me a hickey. Earning him a soft whimper from the sleeping individual. Ugh. He just chuckled. Quite ticklish, aren't you? He kept going. Kissed and lapped on the same spot to the point a mark started to form. Our time today isn't enough. It's never enough. I want more of you. I want to be with you. Every waking day. His gaze went from hurt to desperate, his focus still on the figure sleeping before them. If only you know how much I crave your attention every day. It hurts. So please, let me. Tucking a loose strand away from Clock's face, he gives him a kiss on the forehead before landing another one on the corner of Clock's lips. Shiver ran down his spine at the contact. As much as he would like to stay a bit longer, his time is due. Backs away as he covered his face once again with his face mask. Walked towards the ajar window, turning back one last time. Sorry about your window, Pumpkin. I'll make it up to you someday. Carefully opens the window again, and with that, he's gone. You really caused me some trouble today. Fucker, so it is you. Oh, we didn't get this. This is new. I knew it was good not to skip. Fucking traitor. What? My gun. I knew something was up with Hugo. Oh. That's going in the thumbnail, boys. That's going in the thumbnail, boys. Who would have thought? Our sweet doggy is biting their master's hand. Though, not gonna lie, we should have seen this coming. You're talking too much. You haven't even fired a gun since... Shit. They're slowly figuring me out. I don't think I can make it for the next few days. Sonny, you've done enough for me. I think this is the end for us. Wait, what? What was that? Sorry, what was that? This is the end of our deal. Hey, yo. Thank you so much for playing the kid at the back, too. Okay, yes, so there will be a long time before the second update. We read this earlier. The developer has an internship. I think they're in school as well. They'll be posting updates on their Twitter accounts. And if you'd like to see the NSFW version, once again, the developers made it clear that they don't want anyone streaming or putting it on YouTube or anything. The NSFW version, you'll have to go straight to their webpage, link in the description below, and pay, I think it's $5 American, to check it out for yourself. So, yeah. Damn, dude. That was really good, right? At the end there? I didn't get to see that last time. The movie theater scene is way better, dude. Watching Sol murder a dude? That's way better than him breaking someone's nose. Or, well, okay, almost murder a dude. We watched Hugo murder a dude. I really wish Hugo was the second love interest, dude. That's awesome, dude. Okay. We're gonna load up again. We're gonna go earlier, I think. Methinks we'll go earlier. So, we'll go... So, like, we had some choices here, I think. Sol or Crowe. When you streaming the... I'm not streaming the NSFW version, okay? It's not happening. As soon as this is over, I'm gonna get to editing it so I can upload it to YouTube. We're gonna go back farther. I'm gonna go back to the very beginning, and we're gonna choose things a little differently. So last time we joined up with Sol. I'm gonna just stay with the group this time. We're gonna ignore him. They seem pretty busy. Putting away whatever idea you had, you return your attention back to your group of friends. So, cafeteria. The gang! Everyone cringed, not hiding their discomfort. No. Hell no. Not there. I'd rather not, Daryl. How about somewhere else? Gio just facepalmed. Well, where do you suggest? Daryl flailed his arms. He thought for a moment as you looked outside. Bushes with a few flowers sprouting caught your attention as it blends well with the red and yellows of autumn. It gives you a sense of tranquility. Oh, I love fucking autumn, dude. Garden. That's right. I may know a place. Have you guys been to the school's garden behind? Oh, right. The botanical garden used by the pharmacy course? That could be a good idea. There's a space perfect for our little picnic today. But isn't that place locked? Jess peeked in. He smirked before pulling out a set of keys from your belt and dangling them. I just happen to be a volunteer gardener. Extra credit. I didn't know you garden, Clock. Everyone's gaze was on you, curiosity in their eyes. Even Gio's eyebrows raised a bit. Everyone except for Crowe. Well, he grew up on a farm. Now everyone's attention was on Crowe, catching him off guard by the looks they're giving to him. Of course you knew, lover boy. Britney whispers under her breath as she rolls her eyes. Just giggled. Hee hee. Haha. Crowe's cheeks burned red from Britney's comment. You rubbed the back of your head. You really never got the chance to properly introduce yourself to them, huh? Considering you've just started hanging out with them a week and a half ago. These past few months, you've only been hanging out with Crowe the most. He was your only friend. Maybe this is your time to get to know them and them with you. Britney let out a sigh as she turned to you. She moved the picnic basket to her other arm and placed a free hand on her hip. Lead the way, Clock. You nodded before escorting the group along the back of the school and into the gardens. Ooh, so I think this is going to go into the other love interest of the game, which, well, it already kind of spoiled because it was like, Hugo asked us, who do you like, Clock? And it was like Sol or Crowe, so... The school surprisingly has a public garden with a greenhouse just a few steps ahead. Multiple courses would go and plant needed flora depending on their necessities, or sometimes the school nurse would spend her time leisuring around and embracing the fresh air. You happen to be a volunteer in taking care of the garden, along with the plants in the greenhouse, hence explaining how you got a set of keys. Just reminds you of home. Britney went ahead and laid down a large picnic blanket under a large tree in the middle of the field. She set down her basket and started taking out some contents. Daryl and Jess followed along while Gio leaned against the bark of the tree. We're not going to mention how they just happen to have a picnic set. We're not going to talk about that, I guess. Owie. Not yet. Britney slapped Daryl's hand away from the basket before he could raid the whole thing, making him wince and pout. Calm your ass down. You'll have your turn. At this point, I'll have to charge you all every time y'all hit me. Are you some sort of masochist? Daryl gave Gio a side eye. Britney shook her head while Jess just giggled. It's definitely Daryl and Gio, right? That's kiss. It was a cute little get-together that Britney planned last night. She wanted to make a few sandwiches, so she prepared lots of varieties. On the blanket are a few Tupperwares with some of the sandwiches inside. While the rest were eaten, everyone got their fair share already, but now everyone is just minding their own business. Daryl is having the time of his life with 2 sandwiches on both his hands. Britney and Jess are talking. Gio is a bit further away from the group, leaning on the bark of the tree, seemingly lost in thought, and Crowe is nowhere to be seen. Well, okay, let's do a save, I guess. Wait, save? There we go. Okay, so page 6 will be our Crowe route. Tries to remember that. Okay, who do we talk to? Gio, Daryl, Britney, or Jess? I'm going to talk to Gio. I like Gio, man. He's cool. He's got the hoodie on. He's my brother. You were quite hesitant to approach Gio at first. You always saw him as someone quite intimidating. More intimidating than Britney. Oh, that's cool. Nice. It's probably the way he carries himself. His towering height isn't helping either. And it seems like you've been staring at him for too long. He stopped chewing on his sandwich and his gaze met yours. He shivered. What do you want? I have questions for you. Hurry up and spit it out. Why do you hang out with us? I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just that I'm curious. You don't seem the type to. His piercing gaze made your voice die down. Cursed under your breath. Fuck, I think this is it for me. I get it. But you wouldn't understand. Leave me to my devices. Now. Demanded before wrapping the half-eaten sandwich he had in his hand before throwing it towards you. You caught it, nearly losing your balance. Give that to Daryl. I just lost my appetite. Gio then crossed his arms and looked up at the sky, the chilly autumn breeze passing by him, making his long hair sway along with his washy earrings. Take a look at the wrapped, half-eaten sandwich in your hand. I guess I'll never know. You sigh. Oh, you get to speak to everyone? Hold on, he's pretty. Well, too bad, Vin. He's not a romantic interest in this game. I'm pretty sure he's into Daryl. Daryl seems to be the least busy out of everyone. He approached his sitting figure as you took a seat in front of him. One sandwich gone from his hand as he munched on the other one on his other hand. He's like dual-wielding sandwiches, bro. He notices you and stops eating, tucking away the sandwich and placing all of his attention on you. Here. To get the half-eaten... He's gonna start holding sandwiches with his toes. Took out the half-eaten sandwich you got from Gio and handed it to him. He tilted his head to the side. You can't finish yours? I like how Gio got a whole CG and Daryl's just there. It's perfect. It's from Gio. Really now? Not gonna lie, that's quite uncharacteristic of him. Usually he would either finish it or throw it away. Not that I'm complaining though. Thanks, Clock. Daryl thanked you with a smile and took the half-eaten sandwich from your hands before tucking it away. Oh no, never mind. He got one. Hey, nice. Nice. You got something to ask me, Clock? About Gio. Yeah, I do actually. About Gio. What are your thoughts on Gio? Daryl smiled as he leaned a bit forward. Now, Gio's my favorite guy. Even if he's a bit of a meanie at times. What makes you stick to him? Isn't he mean to you like you said? Daryl's smile brightened as his eyes went soft. He side-eyed the male by the tree who had his arms crossed. Gio's attention was somewhere else. People are scared of him. It's probably because of his stroke. It's probably because of his background. What about it? The thing is, no one really knows what his family does other than the fact they're super rich, and they're highly involved with the founder of this city. People have seen him with his bodyguards, all rugged and tall, and very intimidating. Heck, I even saw one with a huge katana on their backs. Nah, katana on the back? It's gotta be a big one. One of those, I forget what they're called, but there are huge, like, katanas. You shivered. They're not called katanas, there's something more. Shivered. Clearly you don't want to deal with them. But what makes you not scared, Daryl? I mean, you clearly know what his family and himself is capable of. You see, Clock, I'm not really scared of him. On the outside, he's all stubborn and cruel. But on the inside, he's a really nice guy. Think of him like, pursed his lips, thinking a bit. He's like a stubborn cat. Glanced back at Gio one more time. You are seeing the cat ears and the tail all right. Now that you think about it, with this vision based on Daryl's declaration, Gio does not seem quite intimidating anymore. How cute. Then you hear a sigh from Daryl. You returned your attention to him, an elbow in his leg, as he held his face in his hand. Which begs me to wonder how he ended up being in the lower class with us. The low class. How do we have things like that? Oh? You don't know about the hierarchy, Clock? Shook your head no, and Daryl scratched the back of his head. Oh damn, well, Clock, almost everyone knows about it. But I don't blame you, since no one really likes bringing that type of subject up. I think either Crowe or Jess would like to explain it to you. Just not Britney. She gets riled up when it's mentioned. You nod in understanding, and Daryl gives you a smile. Anyway. You got something to ask me, Clock? Oh, I have to go through everyone. Okay, I guess about Daryl now. About yourself. Talk about yourself, yeah. I'd like to know more about you, Daryl. Daryl rubbed the back of his head, quite embarrassed you thought about him. Well, aren't you a flatterer? Ahem. Where should I start? Thought for a while, his legs crossed while you waited for him as he pondered. Well, I am the ace of my football club. I hate my coach, but don't tell him that. Oh, I love food, like lots. My most favorite would be sweets. If you ever got any on ya, smuggle me some, will ya? Says with a wink and a nudge. Other than that, I guess that's pretty much it. You got something to ask me, Clock? Yeah, about Jess. What do you think about Jess? Never mind. Never mind. He's not into Gio. Okay. At the mention of Jess's name, Daryl's whole face turned red as he started sweating. What about her? I don't know. I'd like you to tell me. What do you think about her? Nice. I asked a good question. Daryl's cheeks just keep getting redder and redder. For a moment, his gaze turned to where Jess and Britney were. He sighs as he looks away. Jess is the sweetest human being I've ever met. Oh? But don't tell anyone. I trust you with this because Crowe trusts you, okay? Alright. I don't know what the big fuss... Yeah, I don't know what's the big fuss yet, but I promise I won't tell. Yeah, I'm a homie, dude. Don't worry. Secret's safe with me, okay? He raised your hands in surrender. The taller jock deflated on his spot, his shoulders down along with his mood. But, yeah. She's sweet. She's pretty. She's cute. While some would make fun of me, she's always there to give me a pat on the back. He groans, doubling over. Ugh. His expression seems like he wants to throw up as he buries his face in his hands. But I doubt she likes me back. Tilted your head, wondering why he thinks that way. What makes you say that? The way she looks at Britney. Don't you think that's the look of someone in love? At that, your eyes widened in surprise. You quickly turned your head to where the two girls were. No, we're the person who can't not look. The eyes behind the transparent frames looked like the fresh citrus oranges in summer. They were bright. They were fresh for the picking for Britney. I know, because that's the same look I gave to her when I first met her. And it's the same look I see on Crowe when he looks at you. Twirled a loose strand from his bangs, looked away from the two girls, and focused on your surprised figure. I hate it. But I love seeing that look on her face. Wish it was on me, though. I'm sorry, Daryl. Haha. He chuckled a bit. It's alright. Maybe one day I'll confess just to get it off my chest. The unrequited love. I love it. All I want is to see her happy. Even if it's not with me. Anyway, enough of this sad shit, Clock. You got something to ask me, Clock? That's a real man right there. Nice. Okay, I guess about Britney now. Daryl gives you a proud smile. Britney, she's my first friend back when I was new to the football team. You'd be surprised that she used to be in the cheer squad despite her being quite introverted. She was? Daryl's bright smile softened, small gloomy look in it. He was trying so hard to hide it, but it was failing. Yeah. She quit right after the game's big frat party 2 years ago. That party was something else since the higher classes were also a part of it. The following day, she suddenly quit. I don't know why, though. I fucking know why, and it was probably worth it. Not quite worth thinking about the past anyway. Got something else. Okay, finally, Crowe. What do you think about Crowe? At the mention of his bluey-eyed friend of his, Daryl gives you a toothy grin as he wiggles his eyebrows. You want jits on your little crushy, don't you, Clock? Shut up, I just admire him, okay? Daryl laughed and stopped his teasing, saving you from further embarrassment. Crowe is quite an individual. All I know is that he's the son of a very successful businesswoman in the city. Though, I heard he doesn't have a great relationship with his family. What makes you say that? Daryl thought for a bit, but nudging from his expression, he couldn't understand why either. I don't know either, Clock. You should ask Crowe for that if you want to learn more. I see. Don't worry, Clock. I'm sure he'll do anything that you ask for. Gives you a playful wink. You rolled your eyes, but gave him a smile nonetheless. Thank you for answering my questions, Daryl. Anytime, Clock. You're one of us now, so open up a little. Got something to ask? I have nothing else to ask. Daryl gives you a smile before nodding. Okay, so we talked to Daryl. Let's talk to Britney now. Britney was minding her own business, seemingly tapping away on her phone. You were kind of shy to come any closer to her. But before you could turn and leave, however, she called out to you. She must have seen you from the corner of her eye. Oi, Clock, come here. Don't be a stranger now. You clearly want to talk. Let me guess, were the sandwiches great? They were wonderful, Britney. She smiled at your response. I'm glad you liked them, Clock. Anyway, enough about my sandwiches. Everyone's got a CG, dude. This is great. You have something to tell me. Have you seen Crowe? Crowe? I think I saw him go deeper in the gardens. Britney said with a raise of her brows. I'm not gonna lie. She's pretty. Let me guess. You want to finally confess your undying feelings for him? Yes. What makes you think that? Wow. I'm not sure who is denser. Him or you. Whatever. If you need him, he's probably in the greenhouse. Britney gives you a thumbs up, mouthing a good luck. As if I'm confessing, you thought with a pout. Britney just gives you a teasing smirk. Anyway, enough of that. You have something to tell me? Thoughts on Daryl? Britney just chuckled. You mean that meathead? He's an idiot. She says with a smile, and then she sighed. She shakes her head at the thought of a tall jock. He's an idiot, but he's a smart idiot, I'll give him that. He's like a brother to me. Just baffles me how he barely has any friends. How this school fails us. She shakes the idea before returning her attention back to you. This is a weird college, man. What about Gio? Britney raised an eyebrow. Don't tell me you got the hots for him. Nothing of the sorts. What makes you think that? I mean, I wouldn't blame you if you do. If you can see how his locker is often filled with multiple love letters and gifts from various people, then I wouldn't be surprised. He's that popular. A loner like him, you'd be surprised. Tall, mysterious, and dangerous. Everyone just flocks to him like birds. True. There's a certain someone in my chat already doing it. But people are scared to even get close to him. So the next best thing they could do is to send him gifts. They never succeed, though. Is he somehow overwhelmed by the attention? Not really overwhelmed. More like he's uninterested. He either doesn't read the letters and tosses them, or he burns them. He burns them! That's 10 out of 10 class. He burns them? That's so mean, and a waste of gifts too. Britney just laughed, her shoulders shaking. That's Gio to you. How do you know all of this? Britney giggled before giving you a wink as she pressed a manicured finger on her lips as if to shush you. I know a lot of secrets. Anyway. You have something to tell me? Jess. Upon hearing her name, Jess's head turned to where you both were. Britney dismissed her, telling her it's nothing for her to worry about before turning back to you. Oh, this just sounds mean now. Jessie, she's my best friend. She smiled as she looked at the orange band on her wrist. My very best friend. In quotation marks. Roommates? When no one was there to help me, she was there. You'd be surprised how confident and loud she is when she's mad. Britney chuckled a bit as if reminiscing a fond memory. I owe it all to her for bringing me back during those dark times. But enough of the past. Oh, okay. Nope, that's it. Britney gives you a nod before standing up from the ground. Stretches her limbs, letting out a few satisfying pops. Hell yeah. Places a hand on her hip. I'll be cleaning a bit. I'll talk to you later, Clock. You don't want any help? No thanks. I appreciate the thought, though. You nodded as you stood up as well, leaving Britney to attend on her own devices. Okay, last one, Jess. Hi, Jess. Wow. This is her back, correct? This is her back. Okay, I was very concerned for her. I'm still kind of concerned for her if this is her back. This looks odd. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. It looks like she's exorcist head turning. Jess was admiring. Maybe it's because the neck doesn't really have like any lines indicating it's turned. I don't know. It looked like this was the front, but it's definitely the back, right? Yeah. I can't tell. Chat, is she backwards or forward right now? What is she? I can't tell. Jess was admiring the few orange leaves slowly falling from the tree. The slow descent of a leaf catches her attention before gracefully catching it with her delicate fingers. She notices you approaching her. She dropped the leaf before giving her full attention to you. Okay, but like autumn, fall is the best. Yeah, it's her hand. I can see that from the hand, but she's like leaning back a little bit too. Like, I don't know. It just looks odd to me. Not in a bad way. I mean, she looks great, so that's good. She notices you approaching her. She dropped her leaf before giving her full attention to you. Yes, Clock? What seems to be the problem? Yeah, okay. Oh, there's nothing. Actually, I just want to talk to you and ask a few questions. Yeah, that was the pinky, right? Not the thumb. I don't know, man. I don't know. Then by all means, go ahead. I'll try my best to answer them. Okay, there's boob. I thought this was also like a weird chest, and I was like very confused. You have questions to ask me, Clock? Have you seen Crowe? Just his eyebrows furrowed and shakes her head. I don't think I know where Crowe is. Maybe you should ask Britney. Maybe she knows. He thanked her. I already did that. Thoughts on Geo? Jess's shoulders started shaking at the mention of the tall and stoic individual. I hate to be one of those people, but he actually scares me. Have you seen how capable he is with his bow and arrow? That's fucking... He's Hanzo? Dude? Dude, I'm joining archery class as soon as possible. I already have a bow, bro. I'll join. No? Actually, is he really that good? I only know that he's from the archery club. He's literally Hanzo. That's amazing. I love Hanzo, so... So we love Geo. I already like Geo, but now that I know he's Hanzo, fuck, man. Oh, then you should definitely attend the sports festival next year. Geo is going to compete and the higher classes will be there to determine if the students are worth bringing up. Another shiver went up her spine. She wrapped her arms around herself. A bad memory crosses her mind. But whenever that happens, Geo seems to somehow miss his target, nearly hit someone with his arrow. Oh, he's just trying to casually murder someone by accident. What the fuck? Thankfully, it only cut the guy's hair and nothing else. I think he's got a bit of a grudge. He got disqualified, sadly, but that was enough for me not to mess with him. How is he not in jail? It was an accident, bro. Just the wind. Try to rack up your brain for a reason why he's in school, not behind bars. But just cut you off before you could think of anything further. Plus, he's rich. Enough of that. Yes, let's talk about Daryl. The mention of Daryl, Jess's face went bright. It's probably the first time you've seen her smile without shaking like a lost lamb. Oh, Daryl. He's an amazing friend. I'm so sorry. Brother Daryl. I'm sorry, bro. And you're still friends with her. Oh. That hurts. That's gotta hurt. Keeps me safe, and I owe it up to him quite a lot. It's okay to get friend zoned, but it's just... that's just staying friends? It hurts! It hurts! Oh, God! There's nothing worse when you like someone, and you're in the friend zone, and you just... Every time they talk... There's only two ways out of that, chat. It's either you find someone new to love, or you stop being friends. It's just really that. Though I do feel bad for him most of the time. Britney and Geo tease him way too much. Jess chuckled, looking at the jock sitting under the tree before returning back to you. He's a funny guy. Remember back when I made the mistake of giving him a bowl filled with candy last year's Halloween? He did tell me he likes sweets. Why? What's wrong with giving him candy? Well, he gets sugar rush pretty quickly and gets super hyper. Britney tried so hard in calming him down. Or abandon all prospects and stay single forever. The friend zone. I mean, it's better to find someone you like that's at least open. Okay, that's the best thing. That's the best solution. Because you're just gonna hurt yourself if you keep interacting with them. Can you imagine a 6-foot-tall jockey going around like a playful puppy? I bet Britney didn't have a fun time. Just nodded with a closed smile at you. That was an open smile. You have questions? Britney, last one. Giving up is easier. Never having an interest in the first... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Close your heart, chat. Never like anyone. And just live alone forever. That's not true, by the way. Don't follow that. Seriously. Sometimes life goes on. Sometimes, you know, it's not like the movies and you meet your soulmate at 16. You know, sometimes... meet your soulmate later, man. Sometimes you're 30, you know? Sometimes it's longer. You know, just gotta focus on living your life, guys. Oh, yeah, and kiss your homies with socks. What do you think about Britney? Okay. Well, now we know it's confirmed she likes Britney. Upon mentioning the Gyaru's name, Britney's head turned to the both of you. She didn't say anything, but raised a brow as she tilted her head to the side. You called for me? Nothing, Brit. Jess quickly shooed her best friend away. Britney shrugged before continuing on with her own business. Jess lets out a sigh of release as a small tint of red raises to her cheeks. Jess looked down on her skirt, fiddling with her pink wristband as her heartbeat quickened. Yeah, okay. I can't give that advice. I will say this. I was a very... lonely person growing up. I didn't have many friends. High school for me was when I kind of broke out of my shell. You know, I went to a high school where none of the people I knew was from elementary, and I was still on my own. But I kind of found some friends, some really good friends, some homies to kiss a homie with. I'm still friends with this day. But the point is I didn't like anyone. Okay, I didn't like anyone, and I really just thought I would be alone forever, and that's how it was. And I was kind of resigned to that. And I was just kind of resigned to that, and I met Ginger, and I still didn't think anything would come of it, but I still made friends with her. And I still talked every day with her and other people, and this whole time I'm thinking, this still applies whether you're 20 something. I wasn't looking for a relationship. My friend at the time had to message me constantly, berate me to ask a girl out. That's what happened, you know? So, I'm just saying, at some point it's gonna happen. Don't be like me. Don't wait for a friend, you know, to bug you about it and force you to end up doing it. Just be on the lookout, but I will say, just, you know, just don't worry about it. Don't think you have to have something soon, right? Focus on what makes you happy. Until then. For me, it was video games. Brit, she's my very best friend, and I would do anything to see her happy again. Again. She pushes back her glasses and looked at you. There you saw the sparkles. Her smile was soft, and you can tell. Jess, do you like Britney? She was hesitant before looking down, nodding as she did so, still fiddling with her pink wristband. Promise not to tell? I promise. Thank you, Clock. This will be just between the two of us. Just the two of us. Besides, she gives you a big smile. I'll keep your oh-so-secret crush towards Crowe a secret, too. Everyone in this friend group is like, you love Crowe. And I'm like, I like Sol. She giggled at your surprised look at the mention of Crowe. You rubbed the back of your head as you pouted. I guess it's not impossible to like two people, too. I could be polyamorous. Who knows? You have questions to ask? No. Nope. Jessie nods as she clasps her hands. See you, nerd. It's wonderful talking to you, Clock. You should hang out with us more. I really shouldn't. And with that, she gives you a wave goodbye. My anxiety would never let me hang out with this many people at once. Look for Crowe. You pretty much talked with everyone here, and they all seem to be busying themselves. You looked around the garden before moving deeper into the red autumn wonderland. Dude, I fucking love fall, dude. That's the best season. There is nothing better than walking next to trees that are red and yellow and orange, dude. It is amazing. As you kept moving forward, you were greeted by the greenhouse. Through the transparent glass, you spot a familiar head of brown. You went inside the greenhouse and saw Crowe go through each plant and flower, analyzing each delicate leaf and petal. Noticing he's not alone, he turned to where you were and smiled. Oh, there you are, Clock. What brings you here? I would say the same thing to you. Well, I haven't really explored this place properly before, so why not take that chance? You never been here? Crowe shakes his head. Never got the time to visit. Crowe chuckles. You meet his gaze, and he gives you a soft smile. His gaze lingered a bit before going around. He then found something that caught his attention. Now this is a pretty-looking flora. What do you think it is? He looked at the brush of flowers filled with purple flowers, their petals thin as it showcases its full bloom. This is a passion flower. Fascinating. Tell me more about it. Well, it's a climbing vine plant. Usually its colors are purple or white. Once flowers bloom, passion fruits will bear itself. Usually a volunteer would come and harvest the fruits. That sounds interesting, Clock. But that's the scientific way to describe this flower. How about its meaning? Tilted your head to the side. What do you mean? How do I say this? Places a hand under his chin. In astrology, each star has a meaning behind it. Same goes with gemstones, like your birthstone. Flowers have those as well, correct? Yeah, they do, actually. That's like a whole study in Japan, I'm pretty sure. Huh. I never really thought of it. It's really cool, actually. It's really cool, like, giving people flowers have completely different meanings on the type of flower you give. It's really interesting, actually. I know this sounds super boring, but it actually is kind of cool. IMO. Crowe gives you a cheeky smile. It's interesting. Passion flowers symbolizes hope and growth. I love seeing the hopeful look on people. He says as he looks at the flowers before you both. Hope. Something this city needs. I want to get rid of the hierarchy. Daryl mentioned something about that. Actually, everyone did. But how come I've never heard of it? What is it about? I never got to explain it to you, huh? Guess now's the perfect time since they're quite active in interacting with us in the lower class again. He looks out. Our school, Olympias University, has 2 buildings with 2 different classes. One is where we are at the moment, the lower class, while around the northern part of the city is where the higher classes are. There, education is 10 times better. This is what's kind of crazy to me. This university is fucking amazing, bro. We got archery classes, we got fucking a whole garden and a greenhouse, bro. And you're telling me there's something 10 times better than what we got? Like, what's going on? Like, what do they have? A fucking space program with actual rockets? Like, how good is this university? And the students are way out of our league. He hesitates a bit in voicing his thoughts of the students in the higher class, though I highly doubt that. He added, his eyes narrowed. Okay, so this is going to be... Calling it lower class is kind of low, in my opinion. I call them villagers, humble people. They're either really kind or either too busy to bother. There was a hint of hesitation in his voice. Yeah, they're college kids. They're college kids. Well, not all. Failed students in the higher class often end up here with us. And well, they don't really take it well. Which explains the bullying situation. Crowe's brows slanted downward, disgusted by the idea. The fact he can't do anything is irritating him. I feel like, for the sake of this game being NSFW, they made it university, but they really act like high schoolers, I'm not gonna lie. Because when you're in university, nobody gives a fuck, dude. No, you're not taught, like, at least my experience, nobody gives a shit, dude. But high school, everyone's like drama, bullying. University, nobody fucking cares. How come no one tried to file a report or anything? People tried. I tried. We tried. But unless you either have some money or a higher reputation, heck, even both, they'll bother to even listen. Crowe sighs. Which is why some students try their hardest to get up the ranks, to be part of the higher class. All of that just to be respected? Crowe didn't say anything to you, but a nod. Okay, the hierarchy. Crowe lets out a sad laugh. System is kind of a, if you feel it, you feel it kind of thing. You don't really feel it, much less see it, unless you've been at its mercy. It's a dog-eats-dog world out there, Clock. You'll never know who's the next victim. A soft, sad smile made its way on his face, which is why I strive to protect you. Both of those sound so... You were left to your thought process to what Crowe told you about the newfound information. This probably explains the bullying and how the school is handled. Your position in the city is just a second priority. Heck, maybe not even a priority at all. That means if I ever want to keep my family's farm up, I have to make it up there? Crowe nodded before continuing. Once you're up there, you'll have a better life. You'll be respected. You'll be rich. People would do as you tell them. That's messed up. Did people ever protest? I'd be protesting. Crowe, however, did not answer, as if scared that someone would hear him. He remained quiet, only giving you a look that probably says that things did not go well. They never do. They hire the union busters, boys. That's when the workers have to stand up and fight for their rights. Sometimes, it gets bloody. You refuse to ask for more elaboration. That reminds me, Clock. Crowe starts. You never told me as to how or why you chose this university. Your family owns farms, correct? Bit your lip as you thought of home. We do. But I wouldn't say we're doing well. I'm sorry to hear that. It's okay, really. It's my burden to carry and not yours. And I'm gonna work hard for it. Anything. I'll do anything. Okay, this is the same. I refuse. Not taking my farm, my home. This is a very interesting backstory. I'm not gonna lie. This is, aside from the art being really good, like their art style is great. I do quite enjoy the story. It's It's definitely sizing up to a pretty interesting story. Even if a little unbelievable. That's okay. I can suspend my disbelief, okay? It's fine. Except for that line where he said, I'm looking up at magenta orbs. Nobody calls eyeballs orbs. Don't do that. Ever again. I don't want to ever see that again. Can't afford to take him to college. Be under my jurisdiction, of course. I'll provide it for his education and a place to stay. Tall man lets out a laugh. Okay, see, I'm not that cruel. Okay, he wants me to hit the higher class. Legal or illegal? They said pink like magenta. Why didn't they just say magenta orbs? I don't know. Bit your lip. Turn to your father. His eyes were clearly telling you to decline. Something about this man that seems dangerous. Okay, we agree. Do we accept? We accepted. But you're nearing the end of the school year and you cannot afford to go back again. Not with this debt. Credits alone isn't enough to cut it. Whenever you think about it, you keep seeing the tall man's ever sharp magenta eyes burning into you. Good. Leaves a bad taste in your mouth and a stinging feeling in your chest. Your heart ached as you stared back into Crowe's own azure eyes. Are you alright there, Clock? You zoned out a bit. If I get to be part of the higher class, then I can have a better chance in life, right? Crowe was surprised at your sudden enthusiasm, but nodded regardless. That's right. As you give Crowe a reassuring smile, you clenched your fist. Then I'll work hard to show those higher class that I am worth their time. Crowe chuckles and nods. You know that he's got your back. Then Crowe raised his hand and tucked a loose strand behind your ear. You sensed him placing something soft, and you reached out to touch what it feels like petals. Oh, okay. Very, not to be rude, but very feminine. This is the femboy, dude. That looks good on you. What is it? Oh, is this is for Daniel. There you go, Daniel. Enjoy. Crowe then leads you to a nearby pond. You looked and saw your reflection. On your hair is a red carnation. Oh, I didn't know carnations grow here. Crowe only chuckled, fixing the flower on your hair. Crowe looks around for a while, basking in the various beauties of flora. What do you think a carnation means? That one's pretty easy. Tilted, can one of the mods, should maybe Ginger, pop into the Discord and just make sure that everything's okay in there? It's a little concerning to hear that. I don't allow that. Tilted your head, making sure the said flower doesn't fall from your head as Crowe continued on with his talk. Passion flower means hope, while carnations mean... I couldn't seem to remember. I'm pretty sure it's love. What do you think it means, Clock? Maybe not. Maybe not. You thought for a while, knowing some carnations would be found in bouquets. Well, it has to be something romantic. Yeah, that's pretty much how I know. They're often a perfect gift to family and loved ones. Is that so? I might have to look up what it means then. He knows. Your eyes met his, and for a moment his gaze lingered. Were his eyes always this blue? You've never noticed before. That was really cute of him. The way his lashes flutter and touch his cheeks when he blinks. His plump lips are always glistening whenever sunlight hits them. His eyes went half-lidded as he leaned closer and closer, as if in a trance. Your eyes slowly started to close. I guess we'll come back to this, but let's lean in. Yeah, let's lean in. As if you lost control of your body and it started moving on its own, you leaned closer as well. Your eyes now closed, feeling his breath near your own lips as he draws closer and closer. Crowe! Of course, Britney! Wait, what did she say? Crowe, we better get going before... Of course, Britney! I think we were about to kiss, right? I think I was about to kiss him. Dude, I'm literally gonna kiss Crowe before Sol. What the hell? Your eyes popped open and you quickly backed away. Crowe backed away as well as he waved to Britney. Britney just raised a brow at the both of you before shrugging it off and leaving the greenhouse. Shrugs? Squints? Pride flag? Question mark? Crowe sighed, seemingly disappointed before giving you his hand for you to take. We should get going. You pouted at the moment ruined before accepting his extended hand and left the greenhouse with Crowe. You and the rest of the group got back inside the campus. Everyone already went to their respective classes. This is so different from the other route. I'm going to head back first. I'll see you in class, Clock. Of course. Crowe didn't walk away just yet. He stood there for a while, contemplating something before shaking his head and walking away, a tint of red touching the tips of his ears as he walked. He's cute. Just by the corner of your eye, you spotted two familiar-looking individuals. It was Sol and Hugo. Sol noticed you first and went to you, a noticeable skip in his steps. He's happy to see me. Clock. Hey, Sol. Hey, Hugo. You both heading to your next class? Hugo laughed, a hand on his chest, as if you told him a very funny joke. Actually, I have a better idea. Let's skip class. Skip class? Yeah, it'll be fun. Sol gave... Wait, I want to read that. Yeah, it'll be fun. Sol here has been meaning to ask you out... Nice. Sol gave Hugo a punch on his rib, making the shorter male choke out the words he was supposed to say as he doubled over and clutched his stomach. Let's ditch. Hugo just gave him a glare. Sol ignored him as he anticipated your answer. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I skipped so much in school that my first answer the first time we went over this was to skip, but this time, I'm sorry to say, we're going to class. Hanging out with these two sounds fun, but you remember your next class with Crowe. Maybe you can. I can't skip class. Okay, this is something that I shouldn't actually say, that I'm being a huge hypocrite for. Don't skip school, kiddos, okay? I may have skipped school so much they had to call me constantly and say I was gonna fail, so I had to start showing up. Don't do that, okay? They will fail you. I know, because they almost failed me. Still got an honor roll, bitches. Can't skip class. Sorry, I couldn't bear to skip on the second day. Sol didn't say anything as his shoulders slumped, indicating his obvious disappointment. There was something else in the dullness of his eyes. You'll get expelled if you skip too much, stuff like that. You will fail and you will get kicked out. Yeah, I had to stop because I was skipping so much. I had to actually start going to class. I was skipping because I passed my classes like really easily. I had no problems in school. Like academic courses, I would just get like 90s like it was nothing. So I just kept skipping class. Don't do that, okay? It was a bad mistake on my part. Yeah, I still got on an honor roll. It all worked out, but don't do that, guys. Go to class. Even if you're passing, you know, and even if you're passing or getting 90s, just go to class. Trust me, you won't regret it. Yeah, I actually asked the teacher that was telling me I couldn't skip not the teacher. I was talking to the principal, and I asked him, well, how many classes do I have left that I can skip? And I made sure that I only skipped that many times. You're interrupted by Hugo. That's alright, Clock, but promise you'll hang out eventually. Apparently I only had like 7 more skips. I made use of those 7 skips though. And on a weekend then, I'm sure. Wait. Sol spoke, making you and Hugo look at him. Can I at least take you to your next class? That's so cute. He asked you. There was a hint of desperation within his reddish-orange eyes. At least I wasn't smoking, okay? At least I wasn't doing something even worse, okay? I wasn't, like, going to go smoke with idiots. Okay? You don't see what's the problem with it, so you agreed. Well, I'll see you at the usual, Sol. Hugo waved to the both of you before walking off. Let's go, shall we? Sol nods as you walk along, Sol following beside you. You and Sol walk through the hallway towards your next class's classroom. Couldn't help but check on Sol. He seems nervous. That's good. Follow Kerm's example. Never skip a class. Even if you think it's useless, trust me, just go. Couldn't help but check on Sol. He seems nervous. You look down and see that his hand is shaking. Let's hold his hand. Let's take it. Let's calm him down. Reaching out to his hand, you gently wrapped your hand around his. His hand stopped shaking, but he went stiff. Ginger never holds my hand, by the way. I always reach out. She's like, get away from me. His hand stopped shaking, but he went stiff before he eventually relaxed and intertwined his fingers with yours. This makes you smile. The walk was silent, but no words needed to be said to see the growing smile on his face. Based. True enough. He finally reached the front of your classroom door. He peeked inside through the door's window and saw Crowe in his usual seat already. turned your attention back to Sol. Thank you for escorting me to my class, Sol. Oh, it's not a problem. His tiny smile didn't last long on his face, however. His shoulders slumped down. Though I could have wished you could come with us. Maybe next time, Sol. Maybe we can hang out on a weekend or on a free schedule. Sure. His words contradict his expression as it lacks enthusiasm. Just then, the door to your classroom opened, and there you met eyes with Crowe. Crowe's eyes lit up once he saw you. Oh, he's jealous. He's so fucking jealous, bro. There you are, Clock. Just in time for the next class. Oh? He was about to greet you, but felt Sol's presence beside him. And who might this fellow be? A classmate of yours. You can say that. Crowe, this is Sol. He's from my art class. Sol, this is Crowe. A pleasure to meet you, Sol. Crowe extended out his hand for Sol to shake. Sol just stared at it. He's like, I don't want to touch your hand after touching Clock's, man. What the hell? He's like, I'm never washing this hand again. A few awkward seconds passed by before he eventually took Crowe's hand. Sol, however, wasn't regulating his strength as he gripped Crowe's hand with much force. Dude, oh no! He's having a pissing contest. He's such. He's like, I'm stronger than you. Clock's mine. Crowe winced from the pressure, but didn't say anything before Sol eventually let go of his hand. Sol then turned to you. I should be going now, Clock. I'll see you soon. Kinda wish you would have come with. He sighed, reaching out to tuck a loose strand of hair away from his face, earning him a small blush from you. He's so cute, dude. What the hell? You can't act all manly like that and be all cute the next second, bro. Sol turned on his heel and walked off. He looked at his retreating figure before Crowe eventually tapped his shoulder. We should get going. With one last glance at Sol's retreating figure, he turned around and got inside your classroom. Got to your usual seat. Crowe takes his usual seat by the window in front of your own seat, waiting for the classroom to settle down as your professor comes in. Alright, class, settle down. You all better turn in this upcoming paper if you don't want to end up having no grades in your card. And that means... Professor slams down his thin notebook, the loud slap echoing throughout the room. You aren't able to graduate, much less make it to the higher class. Now, I'd like you all to think of a short story based on any type of literature. Bonus points if you can source out where you got your inspiration, along with your references. I'll be checking those the most. Wow, this is just like when I was in university. Oh, God. You hear a few whispers from a few of your classmates as they talk with each other. Unfortunately for them, your professor notices them as he slams his thin notebook again on his desk, making some of you jolt from your seats. Also, this is something that would never happen in university. You think the teacher would give a Nah. Once he's let you do your own work? Nah. Now, I can allow you all to head to the library to do your research or stay here and brainstorm. You may begin. Crowe stands up from his seat, gathering his things, then turning to you. I'm going to the library. Would you like to join me? He perked up and nodded. Crowe waits for you as you gathered your things before leaving the classroom and to the library. The library, as of the moment, has less students, some doing research like you and Crowe, and some just minding their own business. I'll go find us a table. The usual place, please. Of course. He says with a smile as he set his eyes on the table near the large windows, your usual spot and your favorite in this library. Ooh, where I met Crowe? Or where I met Sol. One of the routes. While Crowe went to your usual table, you, on the other hand, went near the tall bookshelves, checking each spine to see if something might catch your interest. Been going through spines and spines of books, but nothing ever caught your eye of interest. You eventually gave up and picked the closest book near you. It was a bit heavy. The biography of Marie Antoinette. Your eyebrows raised in curiosity. Who knew a random book would do the trick? Flipped it open and you were met with a very well-drawn portrait of a very prestigious-looking woman. Flipping through more of the pages, your eyes landed on a drawn figure of the same woman, but her kneeled before a guillotine. Do you not know who Marie Antoinette is? Quite a spoiler! You didn't know? Let them eat cake? No? She didn't actually say that, but something along those lines. Quite a spoiler, but you read through the text before the illustration. The execution. Such a gruesome end, you thought. Deciding with this book, you tucked it under your arm. I think the French, it worked out for the French, I think. But yeah, horrible way to do it. But it worked out. Take a look one last time around the bookshelves, maybe finding something of the same genre. You notice a peculiar book sticking out at the very edge of the bookshelf. It was a bit worn out and dirty, kind of wondering how it ended up there. You inched a bit closer to it. The spine didn't have anything on it besides a few worn edges. You got on your tiptoes as you reach out to grab the book. However, the moment you grab it and pull out, the bookshelf started wobbling. You immediately stopped. We're gonna pull that out. Hell yeah. Keep prying it out. Dude, we always pull out. With determination, you held on the shelf, making sure not to make it wobble any further as you take a firm grip on the worn book. Come here, you. I got it. Whoa. Bookshelf shook a bit, your extended arms, as you tried to rebalance it. A few books fell then and there, making you wince. Hope no one heard that. Anyway, what is this that's so stuck to the damn thing? You flipped open the cover only to see a blank page. No author whatsoever, save for the paper. The edges of it are a bit yellow from age. Dust isn't helping either. You flipped a few more pages and there you finally get to see some printed words on it. The various torture devices and executions of the medieval times. How the fuck did this end up here in the school library? I mean, that's not too weird, is it? Then again, I might be able to get some material out of this. You shrugged, closing the book, tucked it under your arm and left the area, going to where Crowe was. I'm a little kinky, aren't I? Hey, maybe I'm gonna tie Sol up. Oh, there you are, Clock. Have you found anything useful for your paper? Took a while. Nothing caught my eyes from the books, but this one. Raised the large book and showed it to Crowe. The Queen herself. That's pretty interesting. What kind of paper are you going to make out of it? I was thinking about how a tyrant royal turned good, but was punished regardless for her actions. Why am I typing people up? I wouldn't type up anyone. How does that sound? Crowe was silent for a few seconds, making you tilt your head. Maybe he didn't hear you correctly. Sorry, what was that? You okay there, Crowe? Is it not a good idea? That actually sounds nice, Clock. Tying? I'm gonna tie up chat. I'm gonna tie you up, chat. You're gonna have to watch stream. Can I ask what's the inspiration? Oh. Well, I couldn't stop thinking about our conversation back in the greenhouse, so maybe I could base it off some things here. Is that so? It's very smart thinking of you, Clock. Why, thank you. Said with a bow, making crows chuckle at your actions before you both settled down on the chairs from your table. Skimmed through the book, taking a few notes then and there for important bits you could use. Look at this boy. Look at this boy studying. Good for him. At the corner of your eye, you notice how Crowe's eyebrows tend to furrow as he goes through his books. His leg is shaking underneath the table. His figure leaned a bit forward as he rubs his temples. You notice how he keeps tapping the tip of his pen on his paper, but not writing anything. He seems restless about something. Tap his shoulder. Sure, I think it'll get the same anyways. Crowe jolted in surprise, his eyes wide open. His legs stopped shaking as he turned his full attention to you. Yes? Is something the matter, Clock? Are you alright, Crowe? Yes. I'm alright. What makes you say that? You seem stressed. Let me guess. Writer's block? You can say that. Crowe lets out a nervous laugh. Crowe paused, his eyes averted from yours, refusing to look at them directly. Silence is deafening. It's making your heart race from nervousness. Do you think the Queen was a good person, Clock? Huh? His sudden question caught you by surprise. My thoughts about Marie Antoinette? I read a few textbooks and documentaries. Each have different views about her, both negative and positive. But I'd like to hear from you, since this is your source of reference. Sudden interest about your paper confused you. Does it have to do something about the Queen herself or the situation? I think he wants to know for himself. Either way, you thought about his question. Like, honest to God, like, personal opinion, she was a good person. She really was just, ignorant, That's what people, like, there's a lot of, like, on Marie Antoinette specifically, there's a lot of fake news, I guess. There's a lot of, like, contradictions. To be honest, I think she was just rich, didn't really know what was going on, and at her core, I think she was a good person, but obviously she didn't, like, she's so removed from what was happening, like, she's just so removed that she didn't know, and that's why she said, like, I think they said that the real quote she said that's more likely is she said, let them eat brioche, which was like a fancy bread, and she didn't even understand why people were starving. That's how, like, removed she was, So I wouldn't say she was a horrible person. I believe she was a nice person. What makes you say that? She did try her best to be charitable, and she was humble. People just misjudge her. Think about it. She was just a child when she was made queen. Yep. Wouldn't you be overwhelmed by the sudden responsibility placed upon you? Not to mention the drama of the court? Like, fuck, man. You're very much right about that. Thank you for your input, Clock. For a moment, you saw a glint in Crowe's eyes. A sigh of relief. A relief from what? Regardless, it seemed to calm him down as he started writing on his paper, going word after word. Well, at least you inspired him a bit. He smiled. You stretched out your arms and letting out a sigh of relief, looking at your paper that you've made as you skimmed through it one last time. You were too caught up with your conversation with Crowe, you nearly forgot about the worn book you brought along with. Picked it up and started flipping through the first pages. Torture devices, execution devices. Why the fuck are you reading this again? Turn to another page, and on it is a well sketch of a tall and bulk man, his face covered as he wields a large axe. His arms are filled with scars, while around his neck is a chained collar. Looks like those killers you often see in slasher films. Underneath the illustration it reads, Executioner. Some executioners were feared by the public, while the rest respected them, but mostly, people shunned them for their field of work. The old times sure were brutal. You mutter under your breath as you closed the book and stacked it on top of the other books you and Crowe brought. He handed out your paper to Crowe as he gladly accepts it and stacks it along with his own paper. Shall we get back? You nod along after you finish your stacking the books you borrowed for the librarian or her assistants to get. Can't wait for the day to end. Same here. Crowe chuckles as you and him left the library. Dude, I'm having a stroke. The day eventually came to an end. Few rays of the sunset light shine through the hallways as you and Crowe walk through the hallway. Do you have anything else to do today, Clock? Well, I have to do some quick grocery shopping before I go home. Ah, well, in that case, would you mind me accompanying you? Really? It's fine if you have other things to do. Like look for Britney and the others. Not really. Besides, Daryl has after-class practice. Same with Gio. As for Britney and Jess, they're catching up on their business proposal. But don't you also need to catch up? I can do them tomorrow. I'd like to spend more time with you today, Clock. Voice got caught in your throat. You feel how your face heated up. Stupid Crowe. Stupid feelings. Feelings. Alright then. Crowe lets out a small cheer. He just giggled as you both went out of the campus. Shared a few conversations with Crowe along the way as he helped you with your little shopping in, which he bought a few as well for himself during the trip back to your apartment. Before you knew it, you were faced with the front door of your apartment. You frown. Well, this is my stop. Thank you for coming along with me, Crowe. Turned to face him with a smile, but disappeared upon meeting his blue eyes and the darkness of the night shown by the window behind him. Crowe takes notice of your gloomy expression and gives your head a pat as he brushed through your locks. Then it went to your cheek, causing you to look up at him. Why the long face, Clock? Well, we rarely get to spend time together like the old days. Today just reminded me of it. I sound so selfish. Forget it. You nervously laugh, averting your gaze away from him. Crowe was quiet for a while, seemingly to think hard on your words before another smile broke through his face, his hand on your head coming to rest on your cheek. No, I agree. I'd love to spend an entire day with you. Even a month if you'd like. Just come to me, and I'll put everything aside for you. He stared at him in awe. Could barely believe what he just said. Dude, he's just good boyfriend material. What the fuck? Do you really mean that? I do. He's also just good friend material, bro. Like, that's what you do for homies, too. Your friend wants to do something. Your friend needs help, you help him. You can start by letting me off. We can start by letting me walk you home after classes with you if you'd like. Don't hesitate to ask me, okay? I'll see you tomorrow, Clock. Good night. Good night. Crowe waved a small wave at you. You returned it with your own slow one, still awe-stricken at his little proposal. And with that, he's out. Pressed your palm to where your heart was, feeling the rapid beating of your damn organ. You entered your apartment. Okay. So this is the same, I think. Now, what's gonna happen? Is Crowe gonna stalk us? Is Crowe gonna be... Dude, no way, right? Is Crowe gonna be the one that stalks us? I don't think so. I think Sol's gonna be in our window still. Okay, this is still the same. So I'm going to just kind of skip this, because we've already read this. Broken window. Replaced. Okay. Okay. Eyes pink as fuchsia. Still can't remember the actor's name. Another missing person case. Search for them. For now, we advise everyone to come home early. Is that why Crowe was feeling uneasy? Maybe I should ask him to come home with me for the next day, too. But the thing is, Crowe lives the opposite direction from where your apartment is. Oh, that's sad. To think he'd go through lengths to protect you. Dude, that's cool. That's cool. That's some manly stuff right there. You'll thank him tomorrow. For now, you turned off your TV. I'm still gonna get some orange juice, aren't I? Check the clock. 9:30. That late already, huh? Now dressed in your nightwear. Laid in comfort. Today was a lot, you thought. When the yawn escaped your lips. You must be really tired, you thought. Your eyes going half-lidded. Eventually, sleep took over. Okay. Oh, hi, Sol. Still broken, huh? Should be careful, Pumpkin. Why does he call us Pumpkin, dude? I'm just wondering. Why does he call us Pumpkin? Okay. Slowly makes his way next to the... I don't even want to know what this scene looks like in the NSFW. I bet he's jerking off over us in the NSFW, dude. His reddish eyes bright, filled with adoring love. He reached out and stroked it. So we didn't even hang out with him today, and he still drugged us, bro. Look at my sleepy sweetheart. Makes me wonder who supplies Hugo those sleeping pills. Also, that is a really good point. What's up with Hugo? Okay, Hugo is really interesting. I like Hugo a lot now. Aside from him being hot, you know. He actually is a really interesting character. I want to know more about his... So we got our backstory in day 2. So I want to know more about theirs. Bares his face at the dip of his shoulders as he leaves a peck. Takes a deep inhale, sniffing me. Okay, is Hugo hot or not? Hugo's hot, right? Come on. Pumpkin? You don't like how I say pumpkin or how he says it? I mean, I would imagine he has somewhat of a deeper voice. I can't really do that. He's just like, hey, pumpkin. Pumpkin. I don't know how to say it better. I don't really like pumpkin as a, I guess I could say it to Ginger, but I don't like it. His eyes bright as he examines every feature of his soulmate's face as he gives Clock's cheek a kiss. Fuck. You smell so good. Pardon me. He lifted his arm and watched as it fly. He even checks to see if we're drugged, bro. He even checks to see if we're drugged. I don't really like Pumpkin. I like Darling. That's my go-to, like, cute word. How you doing, darling? Just chuckled. Quite ticklish, aren't you? He kept going. Kissed and laughed on the same spot, and then he gives me a hickey. Bro, what am I gonna do when I wake up? I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. I was hoping I would spend the entire day with you. Then lets out a growl. Oh my... Instead you went with that. He really is a dog. Slug. Lets out a breath as he relaxes his grip. This is why he's wearing a goddamn collar. We gotta put a leash on this dog. But not to worry. I'll make up for our lost time. When you're awake, of course. Not in the NSFW version. Tucking a loose strand of of hair away from Clock's face. He gives him a kiss on the forehead before landing another one on the corner of Clock's lips. A shiver ran down his spine at the contact. As much as he would like to stay a bit longer, his time is due. Is that one kid who thinks he's a werewolf? No, he's that kid at the back. Not me laughing so hard at my horror. Get it? Get it, chat? He's that kid at the back, Daniel. Get it right. Inside him are two wolves. He backs away as he covered his face once again with his face mask. He walked towards the ajar window, turning back one last time. Sorry about your window, Pumpkin. I'll make it up to you someday. Carefully opens the window again. And with that, he's gone. I don't know. I like Darlin and Darling. Thank you so much for playing the Kid at the Back Day 2. Okay. Oh, wait. Save? Go back to 9. I guess I'll just save here, and hopefully that's, like, the route, I guess. We'll check out some other options, but I think that's pretty much, like, it, right? You know? I think that's pretty much, like, the base story. So if you're leaving now, thanks for watching, guys. If you're liking the video and you want to see more of the Kid at the Back, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Play lots of games like this, visual novels, romantic visual novels, Yandere visual novels. Do a lot of that sort of thing on the channel, plus horror. So please subscribe, helps me out a lot. We want to hit 10K as soon as possible so we can do another 12-hour live stream. Hell yes. Femboy games too, don't worry. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. To all the current subs, thank you so much. You guys are awesome. When you guys make little comments like, thanks for playing this game, or you really made my day, that makes my day. You guys are awesome, really, okay? So yeah, thanks. Have a good one, everybody. Peace. And for anyone who wants to see the other options, we'll play a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. I want to see some of these options, right? I just want to see some of the differences in options, like in what we talk with him. Stay put. You froze. You feel your heart beating faster. The feeling of blood rushing and rising to your cheeks as you try to rethink what is happening. Oh, okay. Nothing really changes there. Skip? We could skip class and see what it's like to go, but I'm gonna check out these ones. I can't skip class. Okay. Skip. Keep walking. Didn't bother with him anymore as he kept walking. His shaking hand eventually was shoved in his pocket as you both resumed your... That's so... No, dude. Oh, no. We're so mean. Oh, my God, dude. No. Oh, God. Oh, God. Just hold the man's hand. Come on. Come on. Be nice. Hold the man's hand next time. I just feel mean doing that. Okay. Let's leave the book this time. It's probably nothing worth checking for anyway. Besides, you aren't risking to become a shelf pancake today. Left the book alone and went back to where Crowe was. I mean, we might as well make this a 3-hour-long VOD to upload to YouTube. Oh, there you are, Clock. Okay. So this is the same that will say Crowe? Upon hearing your voice, Crowe's legs stopped shaking before facing you, forcing his expression to soften, but the sweat drop from his temple says otherwise. He's trying so hard to keep a calm face. Also, by the way, chat, is anyone else actually more into Geo and Hugo than Crowe and Sol? Because that's me, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm Hugo and Geo. I like them more. Not in a bad way. Sol is still really good. Crowe's okay. He's preppy. I don't like preppy. Too much. Yes, Clock? Is something the matter? Are you alright? You barely wrote anything, and you seem nervous. We're on the same wavelength. For once. What do you mean for once, Vin? Is something bothering you? Crowe gave you a soft yet sad smile. Yes, I'm fine. Crowe paused, his eyes averted from yours, refusing to look at them directly. Okay, let's skip. Let's be mean this time. She was a horrible person. She was ignorant. She raved while people were starving. I don't think ignorance is a good enough excuse when the ignorance is so far that she doesn't understand anything, you know? And she honestly couldn't. Like, it was other people making her ignorant. That's the key word. It's different from, like, let's say, like, a right-wing person's ignorance who has, like, information shoved at them. In Marie Antoinette's case, she was quite literally hidden away from that. Is that so? Quite rude to be partying around while thousands of people are dying from hunger, don't you think so? Crowe was quiet, somehow waiting for more input from you, but once he sensed you aren't adding anything, his shoulders slumped. You're right. I would be angry too. Didn't say anything else. Oh, we made him upset. Turning back to his paper and slowly writes on it while his other hand went back to rub his temples. Stretch out your arms, letting out a sigh of relief, looking at your paper that you made as you skimmed through it one last time. Handed out your paper to Crowe as he gladly accepts it and stacks it. Okay, this is the same. Okay, this is all the same. Alright. Alright. I have nothing to say. Don't have much knowledge about Marie Antoinette, actually. Oh. Is history not to your fancy? Oh, I love history, dude. It's not that. I just never got the time to look her story up. Crowe just tilted his head to the side before tucking a hair behind his ear. She's an interesting woman. You should learn if you have the time. Trust me. I agree. He says with a wink before turning back to his own paper. Okay. Skip. Just want to see something. Maybe because we didn't hold his hand, it'd be a little different. I guess canonically though, we're redhead. If he's calling us a pumpkin, I assume we're redhead, right? That's usually like the only time someone uses that. I love that he called Crowe a slug, by the way. We let that slip last time. That's fucking hilarious, bro. He fucking hates his guts. Yeah, could you pay for that window lock? I'm kind of in a bad situation. Okay. Return. Album. So, it's missing 2. Wait, it's actually missing 2. What are we missing? I don't even know what we're missing. Oh, those are the... Pretty sure that's the spicy scenes. Hey, there's a pumpkin. Image 3 of 6 locked. Oh, shit. Maybe we don't have everything. Okay. Alright. Alright. Others? Oh, nice. This is the other guys. This is the rest of the crew. This was good, by the way. I like this. This is good. Yeah, come on, man. Hugo and Gio? Come on, man. This is literally Dong Li, bro. The Dong Li. Okay? I like it. I like it. This one was really good, too. This is in the thumbnail, baby. This is going in the thumbnail. 100%, right? I have to put this in the thumbnail. I like how he doesn't get his own, though. Even though he's a love interest. To be fair, he also has the hairstyle that Zhongli has, too. They both kind of do. But that's okay. That's alright. Bro, the hoodie without a t-shirt underneath is based as well, by the way. That's literally what I do all the time. I'm wearing a hoodie right now. Mine's brand new. Feels good, man. God damn. Sorry. What was I doing there? Whoa. My bad, chats. Whoops. Previous return. Return. I'm not sure exactly what else we'd be missing, if anything. We talked to them. We did all of this differently. Let's Let's do this. Lean in, whatever. Skip. Let's try to skip class with them now. Why does he have a gun? You missed way earlier, my friend. You can rewatch the VOD on YouTube once it's up. Maybe right here we'll get it, maybe. You know what? Why not? I did say I'd like to get to know you better, new friend. Give Sol a playful nudge on the shoulder. He smiled as he rubbed the area where you nudged him. All right, Sol, lead the way. Okay, we're gonna skip. So there will be skipping. So now we get to choose the movie or the arcade. We'll go to the movies again. They're not weird. I think they're unique. Also, it adds to your charm. Said that with a wink. Sol blushed and looked away, rubbing his wrist to calm himself down. What do you mean, rubbing his wrist? Calm himself down. I wouldn't mind trying to watch one, though. Then I'd love to recommend some for you. Of course. It'd be such an honor. I'm back. Okay, skip. I'm going to be uploading this today, by the way. This will be today's VOD, because I really want to get this out. Okay, so this is mostly the same. Maybe we'll skip. Hold the door. As soon as the owner of the rough voice tried to open your stall doors, however, you quickly grabbed onto... I can't believe I got that so quick. Pulling with all your might to prevent the man behind it from prying it open. Oh, so you're feeling feisty, huh? Okay, never mind. The dude just broke the door open. Man's incredible strength catches you off guard, causing you to be pulled in, tripping on the body, and bumping into the owner of the rough voice. Looked up and froze. Your eyes met with stinging gold eyes. He's dressed in all black, with black leather gloves to match. Wait, he's actually like an assassin. He roughly grabbed your hair, causing you to hiss and groan from the sudden pain from your head. You've given me enough trouble, little... Oh, whoa. Now you must pay for it. Who says, oh, whoa, dude? Fuck. Please. I don't want to die. Who's just, like, threatening my life, you know? And then he's just like, little oh, whoa. Close your eyes. Tears stinging the edges as you tried to pry off the man's hands out of your head. Yeah, we had a big laugh about that earlier. We had a big laugh about the oh, whoa. Okay, so everything's good. Before you was Sol, Hugo. I'm gonna skip a little bit because, well, maybe not. So interesting. That's like him calling me my little PogChamp. True. I'll take care of it. This is still so interesting to me that Hugo just doesn't... What a pain in the ass. Also, does that mean he stabbed him? Like, pretty much, right? Kneeled down on one knee and took out his handkerchief. No, it's all right. Doubt it. You all right, Clock? I'm not fine this time. Oh, no, I think I said I'm not, so this time I'll say I'm fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. You say that, but your voice is clearly betraying you. Sol isn't convinced. Instead, he kept giving you a worried look. Please call me your little PogChamp. I'm gonna keep calling you darling. He sighs before shaking his head. Looked around you, noticed that Hugo wasn't around. Where's Hugo? He's got it covered. How about I walk you home? You know, to keep you safe. There's my other darling. Keep you company. Hey, Malva, how you doing? With Riz. I keep you company. I'll keep you safe. You trust me. I trust you. Actually, Malva is my little PogChamp. Then, let me take care of you. Oh, okay. It's better than Darlin? Alright, I guess. I mean, I'll change for you. Lead the way, then. Okay, so this is pretty much the same, too. I think. It's pretty much the same, too. Yeah, that's pretty much the same. Damn. Okay, so that's the same. Nothing new, no new dialogue or anything like that. I don't know if there's anything else that we didn't pick. Go back to here. Say nothing to him. Noticing your silence, Sol looks away. too scared to meet your gaze as his shoulders keep shaking. Here. This is when we almost got diddled. Notice on his other hand is the same horse plush you try to win back in the crane game. And okay, we said Sol last time. Let's say Crowe. You thought of Crowe. Still remember the day he introduced himself to you. No one was there for you. No one helped you, much less bother with your presence. But Crowe came on time to save you. Made your years manageable and fun. You owe him a lot. Do anything to repay him. And maybe, with a small linger of hope, that he likes you back. A smile made its way to your face, and it was enough of a confirmation for Hugo. Eventually, you arrived at the door of your apartment. You thanked Hugo for accompanying you. He gives you a smile, rubbing the back of his head. See you tomorrow, Clock. Sorry the day didn't go well. Sorry we had to murder someone. It's okay, Hugo, but we're gonna have a proper plan next time, so we don't get murdered in the bathroom of a movie theater. Of course. Clock. Yes? Be careful walking late at night, okay? Multiple cases of missing people lately. Okay, this is the same. Yeah, it's all the same. Okay. I think that's pretty much it, chat. I think that's... maybe some more dialogue here, actually. Wait. Wait, let's go back to this one. Call Sol over. Without much thought, you walk to where Sol is, as he almost immediately noticed you, a smile peering on his face. His companion noticed his change in attitude and turned to you. Turned to Hugo beside him and greeted him as well. He gives you a grin. Hey there, thanks again for taking care of this guy. Oh, is this not... You don't miss this handsome face, didn't you? Hugo T is grabbing Sol's jaw and showing it off. This is the same. Then you hear a group of footsteps behind you. Hugo first notices the group behind you as he raised his head to meet one of their gazes. Oh, okay, here we go. They meet each other earlier this way. First time here. Howdy. There you are, Clock. You just ran off like that. I got kind of worried. You with these people, Clock? Oh, that's right. Sorry for running off like that. Yeah, this is my boyfriend, Sol. I leash him sometimes. He's like my pet dog. Sol, Hugo, these are my friends. Turn your body to face Crowe and the others. And I'm doing like both arms, wiggling my fingers right now. I'm like, these are my friends. I have them. Yes. While your gaze is still fixed on the duo, Crowe gives the two a smile and a small wave. Daryl came up first, extending his hand for one of the two to take. Nice to meet you. I'm Daryl, and if you haven't heard yet, I'm the ace of our school's football club. Said with a smile, Hugo took his hand with a shake. Following up is Britney as she just stares with a hand on her hip, while Jess was twiddling her fingers as she stuck close to Britney's side. Hey, how's it going? Hello. Between Britney, Jess, and Daryl, it seems that only is the most enthusiastic out of all of them in this newfound friendship. Yeah. That's okay. You don't have to be friends with friends. Hi, I'm Hugo. I've heard about you, Daryl. Nice to meet you too. Thankfully, Hugo returned the same energy as the jock. Yeah. I'm Jericho, but people call me Crowe. Nice to meet you, and nice to meet your acquaintance. Crowe also handed his hand for Sol to shake. However, Sol did not take it. Slight awkwardness in the air between the two males, making Crowe slowly retrace his hand back. Oh, that's so awkward, dude. The awkward pullback. Oh, no. Nah, I'm the type of person that no matter how awkward it is, I'm not putting my hand back. I will extend and I will say, shake. Smiles. I'll make it more awkward. No way! Atmosphere between the two, however, was cut short when Hugo gave out a loud gasp and marched towards Gio, who was way behind the group, a visible scowl on his face. Gio's eyes darkened as he tried to step back, but Hugo was quick on his feet. Oh, they know each other. I knew it. As he's engulfed the taller male into a hug. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. They know each other. There was no way they didn't have the same. Yes. Okay. I kind of figured when I said that they were similar. I don't know what they're saying. I don't speak Japanese. YouTube comments? Let me know what they're saying. Tisk. My real husbandos. I didn't want to see your ugly face the entire day. No, the entire semester. But my luck seems to be slipping. Hey now, that's not a nice way to greet your brother. I knew it! I knew it! Another loud gasp was heard. I fucking knew it. This time it came from Daryl. He points at Geo, quite a bit dramatically. You have a brother, Geo? Oh great, another one. That's Big Brother to you! Everyone's attention was now on the three of them. Britney seemingly amused by Geo's newfound dilemma. Crowe just chuckled while Jess was surprised as well. Oh right! Hugo started finally letting go of Geo, the said male cursing under his breath as he composed himself, fixed his now ruffled hair as he walked towards you. We were actually going to the rooftop for lunch today. We were hoping that you would like to come with us. He says, now standing beside Sol. Sol looks at you with anticipation. You... Join Sol and Hugo. They're bros. They're brothers. They are brothers. Hi, Nessie Wolf. We're playing that kid at the back. And, yeah. They're brothers. Geo and Hugo. That makes sense. I mean, sure. Oh, but I need to tell the others first, if that's okay. Sure thing. Take your time. Thinking excusing yourself in the duo, you turn to the group, specifically to Crowe. Nervousness suddenly engulfed you as you tapped the blue-eyed male on the shoulder. Crowe tilted his head and turned his full attention to you. Is it alright for me to come with Unfort today? I'm fine with Glock. Oh. I was just suddenly remembering something. But you have to ask Britney for that as well. Upon hearing her name, Britney turned her head towards you. Noticed a basket around one of her arms. Britney, however, didn't give you a chance to ask. You can go ahead, Clock. You can join us whenever you want to. She gives you a smile, surprising you a bit. Why did I have to ask permission? Without further ado, you excuse yourself from the group before going with Sol and Hugo. Hugo gives you a smile. You turn to Sol. Gives you a smile of his own. His shoulders relaxed as if relieved. Let's go then. Okay, skip. This time I'm going to sit in between them. Yeah, I feel like sitting in between them. Pointed to the box nestled in Sol's hands. Okay, that's the same. Yes, I have. Yep, I brought a lunch. Hugo stopped gobbling down in the bento box. Sol gave him a disgusted look. Wait, what? With the use of his chopsticks, he pointed at you. You should try it. Here, you can have some of mine. I have another one made. Thank you. Sol stopped Hugo before he could finish the sentence. Yeah, he wants to feed me himself. Hugo shrugged before continuing on his endeavor on the bento box. Okay, Sol sets down his sandwich before taking out the third bento box. Sol opens the last box, and there you are greeted with almost the same design as Hugo's bento box, only a bit crooked. Sol slumped down, quite embarrassed at his poor performance, but it was adorable either way. You made this? Yes. Something the matter? If it's not to your liking, I can give you my sandwiches. Maybe I can make... No, it's not there! No, there's nothing wrong with it. Sol stopped rambling. Gently took the bento box from your hands, brushing against his in the process, making him blush. I just never thought you'd be the type to make this type of food art. I think it's quite unique and amazing. Sol blushed. Thanks. Well, better eat that before I swipe it off your hands. Not on my watch. Hugo just laughed. He chuckled. Sol rolls his eyes, taking his sandwich before taking a bite out of it. Accepted the bento box and settled it on your own lap. Took a bite and chewed. Felt the flavors mixing well. It was delicious and fresh. Okay, skip. Making lunch for Hugo. Yeah, we'll choose the other option this time. You cooked for Hugo like a house husband. That's adorable, Sol. Two are like a married couple. House husband. Married to him. Sol points at Hugo with a face that asks if you're serious. Hugo's eyes sparkles in return. Hugo gave Sol big, bright puppy eyes, blinking rapidly. Sol grimace. I'd rather jump off than be his personal butler, much less spouse. Aw, now you don't mean that, Sonny, honey. Sol clasped both of his ears with his hands and groaned as he cringed. Hugo just laughed at him and turned to you. How about you, Clock? Do you ever see yourself settling down with someone? He thought for a bit. I'm honestly not sure. Sol's hands were off his ears and are now settled on his lap as he said that. He remained quiet, his lips quivering as if to say something. He's getting ready to ask to propose. But he pushed it down and stared at the sandwich he forgot. How about you, Sol? Do you plan on settling down? Eyebrows raised at your inquiry. He looked away and onto the cloudy skies above. I want to. I would love to. Especially if it's the one I love the most. His gaze met yours when he uttered the words, the one. He's so... He's so bad at this, bro. I can't, dude. That's amazing. How do you not, dude? How do you not just ask him out right here? He sent a shiver down your spine. Blood rushed to your cheeks as you tore your gaze away from his eyes. You both are so cheesy. Sheesh. Nothing better than being cheesy, honestly. There's nothing. Sometimes, you gotta be a little cheesy. Because I'm just gonna tell you, chat, the best memories with your loved ones are always gonna be the cheesiest ones. Hugo interrupted, earning him a groan from Sol. He just chuckled. But you couldn't help the one last look Sol gave to you one last time. Yeah, he pretty much just confessed. Then Sol was quiet, his eyes in a daze, as if lost in thought. It's caught your attention, tilting your head to the side as you called out to his name. Sol? You okay there? What? Well, oh. I'm fine, Clock. Perfectly fine. There was hesitation in his voice. Like him. He said something, Sol. He cleared his throat, his back straightened, and his eyes closed. That person. The one with braids. Person? Does he mean Crowe? You mean Crowe? For a split second, his gaze darkened. Yeah. Him. Can I ask you something? New? This confused you a bit. What made him interested all of a sudden? Towards Crowe, nonetheless. Maybe you would like to know more about him. Crowe is known to be very friendly. Sure. What is it that you'd like to ask me? Do you like him? Your heart dropped and you nearly choked on your own spit. Oh no, dude, No, dude, I can't say this to him. This is so... Oh no. I'm gonna come back to this right away, but we'll say no for now. What makes you say that? He nervously laughed. Nothing of the sort. There's hesitance in his eyes, unsure whether to believe you or not. Wanting to change the subject before he gets any more suspicious, he blurted out, How about you, Sol? Surely there's someone that you like. He smirked. The grin he makes when he teases makes his way up to his ever-handsome face. Why? You interested? As if. Wild blush erupted from your face as you tried to diffuse this topic. Oh, fuck. Sol just chuckled as you stammered and fidgeted, his gaze softening. So cute. That was very cute. Okay, wait. Okay, now we gotta load. On this? Yeah, load. Maybe. But I doubt he likes me back. He just sees me as a friend. He let out an awkward chuckle. Friend zone. Where's that bleach? I need a drink. Somehow realizing that made your heart ache a bit. Pushed away the thought. When you turned to look back at Sol, however, his expression was dark. The red in his eyes is brighter than before as he says nothing but stare. The grip on his bento box tightening, tips of his fingers going pale from the pressure. He's just a little jealous. Is that so? How about you? Do you like someone? Change the topic, throwing him a question. Upon hearing your inquiry, he looked down on his lap. A low chuckle escaped his lips. What would you do if I said yes? Huh? Oh, now that's a spicy confession. Have you confessed? I want to, but... He sighed as he let out a small laugh. I still have things to do before I do. He went silent, leaving you at that. Crush his hopes, piss him off. That was just sad, bro. Okay, this we already did. Hierarchy we already did. Nothing else to ask. Skip. A little bit. Not at all. What's the question? Didn't you miss it? Not at all. Not really, no. Very independent. I like that. Heard great things about this city. Okay, never mind. Okay, fuck it. We skip. Go to the arcade, sure. Go for the cat plushie. Looks cute. Okay, this is the same. One more time. Again. Oh, I'm so bad at this. Oh, we didn't even get the cat plushie? Thank you for saving me. Flinches at the touch. Okay. Yeah, I love Sol. Anything different? Nothing's different. Okay, I think that is all the options in the kit at the back, okay, for now. I think that's it. Maybe not, but whatever, dude. Maybe not. I don't know. We got this one now, so that's good. Yeah, we got all of these. Okay. Don't have these. I think these are the NSFW ones, maybe? Slash maybe from the first day that I missed. I did miss stuff from the first day for sure. So, okay, that is it for the kit at the back. Thank you so much for watching. That was pretty interesting, all that extra lore. I kind of like how much the options actually do add, like, knowledge and, like, not knowledge, but, like, just background story to the game. So I like the options actually do matter somewhat. So, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you next time, okay? Peace. Subscribe.